balls. Ugh. Ugh. Oh my god. Ugh. Feels better. Damn. Well, this just got used and abused really quickly. Oh, fuck, really? Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Doc of the Cider Boys MC. Zip. What in the fuck is... what in the hell is all this nonsense? Yeah! What in the fuck? Jeez. I accidentally Robloxed myself. I paid $16 to take a scooter to sit for Taco Bell. I didn't realize it would be that fucking expensive. Jeez. What in the fuck? Goddamn, son. Wait, what was it? Yo, did it? Oh my god, Logan's actually confused. He's like, yo, did it rain? I took a shower, then looked outside, and the pavement's all informally wet at my place. Yeah, because there's an isolated thunderstorm. Yeah, there's like a little bit of thunder here and there. I saw some of it off at the distance, but I was inside at work, you know, when it was actually going on. It wasn't really a big one. It was very isolated, so... I didn't really even see that much lightning. I only saw like 2 little hits of it, like way south before it came over. By the time it came over, like, honestly, it was just like nothing. But, I don't know. Kind of sucks, honestly, because I kind of wish that we had a little bit of thunder and lightning, because I like that shit, honestly. I really, like, I remember the year there was, like, some intense thunderstorms, and it actually was basically like, directly overhead around here, and that shit was whack. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure it was, like, a tree at my old elementary school that's not that far away that just straight up exploded. Because I remember, like, I think, like, a week later or something, I went over there with, like, a buddy to go smoke some weed and shit like that, and have a beer, just kind of chit-chatting. Whatever the fuck, and there used to be this tree that was cut down that was pretty much about the same vicinity that the lightning struck, and I'm just like, well, that must be the tree that exploded. Because that could be the only explanation why there was a recently cut down tree. I'm assuming it, like, partially exploded, shattered, and, like, kind of split or something, and then they just kind of cut down and just broke down whatever was left. Which kind of sucks, but, you know, it would be cool to just leave the tree the way it is and let it just be, like, you know, some cool, like, natural art or something. A natural display of what lightning can do. Let it be, like, a little thing for kids to have some basic education on or something. When they go out through the recess, they can see, like, the little sign and be like, oh, cool. A little fact about, you know, what this tree, you know, went through. About lightning. What? Goddamn! What are you going to town for? Jeez. Jeez, man. What I find funny is that I like how earlier Venom on my last stream was just like, yo, we beckoned for you, and I'm just like, huh, you happen to not be here, son of a bitch. I don't blame him though. I mean, he's out in Alabama doing that nonsense, being in that shithole. Actually, there is like a little bit of some I would, you know, Alabama related I can talk about. I'll wait a little bit. Because there's like some, honestly, some egregious fucked up shit that's going on with the coal miners' strike that's been going on in Alabama for some time. Actually, for a fucking year. I'm just trying to think about how, like, you get in a crowbar and you get people, like, squeezed into a place is fucking, like, I'm trying to see how realistically that could work. I don't think it could. I think that would actually do far more bodily injury. That's like some fucking, like, what was that dude? Like, that Travis Scott or some shit, whatever his name. Oh, who was the dude that did, like, the Astroworld shit? It's like the Astroworld mentality. It's like, get as many people as we can crammed in this one spot. Get a crowbar in. If people, like, kind of, like, just, like, do stampede, well, hey, that's what happens.
Mojo, I got your money, Mojo. I got your money. You know, I had to pay the doorman and the sound man, and I had to pay the light man, and you had 3 guests, Mojo, 3 people on the guest list. So I figured that your money from the gig comes to $7.48. $7.48. You mean, like 7 George Washington dollars and 2 cents less than 50 cents. He said, yes, Mojo, that's what I mean. I said, Right at this moment, I pull out a 1936 Colt 45 single action service revolver that my daddy used in the big war. And I placed a cold steel barrel up against his slug.
Cold steel barrel.
Where the hell's my money? Where the hell's my money?
Couldn't get away with that today, honestly. Just like, let me get a cold steel barrel up your head, boy, and give me my fucking... Like, you couldn't legally get away with that. Though I suppose, I mean, there probably would be some, maybe, you know, greasing the wheels in court, because, technically it's illegal to not pay the fucking, artists that are performing at a show. So, I guess it's depending on who's breaking the law worse. The guy putting the Colt 38 up against someone's head for not getting paid, or the dude not paying them. Squeeze your head. Such a fun song. I love this song. Teens, 20s, and 30s. Wait. 30s?
Where you get this $30 bill, man? There ain't no $30 bills with Bill Graham's picture on it. Who you think I am? Some kind of dummy? What kind of fool? We get our percent of the money.
I love that. $30 bill grab.
We got about $7,000, not $7, you know. We started ranting and raving. We head out of town in a 67 Ford Fairlane station wagon. And we got to take off like Kyle Petty, like Richard Petty. I'm talking about like Wendell Scott, like Pee Wee Roberts, yeah. And these 2 nubile, obviously underage young women are hanging on to the roof rack. And these 2 little Madonna wannabes are going, ooh, in a club on him wiping the poop out of his pants. And his ugly wife, I'm talking about butt ugly, super butt ugly, super zipper, that's what I'm talking about. With the double-off shells and the 410 shotgun is fine. Sunrise, and the wannabe Madonnas, we figure out these wannabe Madonnas. We figure out they must be undercover cops. So we take them to their daddy's house and they get them spanking.
Damn, my fucking, like, telegram's going off. Jesus Christ. Stop, telegram, stop! Good lord. Okay. You know what? Let's go on to Portland subreddit, see what's crowing on over there. Because I have a feeling there's something crowing there. Maybe not just Portland subreddit, maybe some other Reddits. Oh shit, there was a fire in Northwest 19th and Marshall. Just some random fire just in the middle of Portland, that's just nice. Damn. Reporter harassed and pushed by Trump supporters. It's a Telemundo news reporter. Here, hold on. I'll have to put this on screen. Fuck it. Oh, it goes on for a while. Oh shit, just trying to... There we go.
Eso es muy común entre los seguidores de Donald Trump, que como puedes ver, pues bueno, vinieron hasta este punto, hasta Mar-a-Lago, que se encuentra justo ahí detrás de mí.
Oh, I guess it's at Mar-a-Lago after the raid.
7 de la tarde, el expresidente Donald Trump.
Oh, look at these chuckle fucks. Literally, they're literally are protesting outside of this fucking place. Are we kidding me? Jesus Christ, dude. Wow, bro. They really, like, these Trump supporters really got no lives.
Sabemos por lo que le han dicho personas.
They're just annoying this Telemundo reporter while she's trying to report.
Que el objetivo de esta redada era encontrar documentos.
I mean, I literally can't even really hear her that much because the random chuckle fucks in the background yelling like hogs are just like, it's really distracting. Not that I can understand her anyway, but I feel bad for people that actually listen to this.
Justamente en enero del 2020.
Oh my god.
Su presidencia. Sabemos también
Wait, did one of them just yell, "We ain't children"? It's like, boo-hoo, you crybaby little bitch. Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, you are all literally acting like a bunch of children, like, trying to distract from just, like, some Telemundo reporter. And I guarantee you they're really specifically targeting her because, well, she's speaking Hispanic and Latino.
Donald Trump ha dicho a través de un comunicado que no se le ha
It's like, oh my god.
Iba a suceder. También sabemos que el expresidente Donald Trump, el expresidente Donald Trump se encuentra en este momento en Nueva York. Él no se encuentra aquí en Florida. Nos sentimos mucho que este tipo de situaciones sucedan.
Get it back onto the check.
Cuando uno está intentando realizar su trabajo.
Because I guess she gets pushed at one point. Oh, okay, here we go. Now what else is going on? Oh my god, look at these fucking hogs, dude.
Esto no solo está sucediendo con nosotros, sucedió con muchos otros periodistas que estaban intentando contar lo que sucedió aquí el día de hoy. Pero bueno, como yo les comentaba, gracias.
I mean, I admire her for like pushing through and just keeping with it, just being like, I'm just gonna keep reporting, fuck these people. I mean, I can admire her for that at least. She keeps trying to walk away from them though, so she's obviously trying to get away from them.
Como sabemos, el FBI no ha
Are those like actual police?
Pero ellos no han negado que hayan realizado.
I saw one of those. That dude on the left had a police vest. So I'm assuming that's a cop.
Sabemos que el Departamento de Justicia tiene abiertas 2 investigaciones contra el expresidente, una por intentar revocar las elecciones del 2020 y por el ataque al Capitolio el 6 de enero del 2021, y hay otra investigación abierta justamente.
These fucking chuckle. Like, I like how they're just like right behind, they're saying like fake news is CNN, but they're like right behind a fucking goddamn Telemundo, dude. It's just like, what are they trying to like prove here when it's like some goddamn Telemundo? I mean, I didn't see any, I didn't see her be pushed or nothing. Made some professionalism reporter, though. Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah, didn't miss a beat, for real, though. Shove that mic down the moron sister fuckers. I mean, honestly, low-key, though, I kind of would have, too. She would wait until the cameras are off like a real professional. Oh, yeah, true, though. Run her R's with the punches. Can we just take a minute to talk about how incredibly stupid it is to yell behind her in language that is broadcasted, isn't it? It's like, you guys are a bunch of fake news, dumb sons of bitches, and lying, and you bunch of liars, boo. And it's just like, You motherfuckers are literally yelling at fucking Telemundo, where you're yelling this to people who primarily speak Hispanic and or speak Spanish and shit. Like, bruh, like, I mean, that you're not gonna get your voice really heard by many people. Like, go find MSNBC or CNN, you dumb shits. Like, for real, dude. Wait, what? Yeah, what's this? Manager told me that customers like fruit flies in their bulk food. Organic chia chunks of energy. What? What's this? Oh, dude, bruh. Oh, fuck, dude, I saw them. Oh, what? Oh, bro. Bruh. That ain't good, dude. You gotta, like, just remove everything and fucking just clean that and sterilize the shit out of that. And you have to literally, like, order a new shipment, bro. Oh my god, that's disgusting. Like, what the fuck? That can't fly. That just, no pun intended. Like, that can't be a thing. Like, there was actually a point where our bakery somehow got infested with some fruit flies where, like, they keep the donuts and stuff like that. And when it got complained about, was like, yo, did you all notice you have like fruit flies in there? And the bakery went, oh shit, realized it because it got like infested overnight or something. And they just took everything out, and they had to distress all of it because, well, it got contaminated by fucking flies. And they had to sterilize the whole thing, so, to make sure there wasn't any eggs left over and shit like that, and no diseases or whatever. So it's just like, this shit just can't be a thing. Just at all. I mean, there's a little more to this. I'm wondering what else is there. Oh, this is in, like, other shit, dude. This is in, like, all of it. It's in all of it, dude. Oh, this is like the self-serve shit, too. Oh my god. Oh, dude. This is at a grocery store. Bruh. Hold up. I work early in the morning maintenance at my job. I leave when we open. I saw bugs in these bulk containers. A coworker pulled them off the shelf. Came back 2 days later, and they were back out on the shelf, bugs and all. So I showed them in a different coworker, and we pulled them again. Today I heard the bulk manager bitching about who pulled the containers, which were back on the shelf. I told him, and I did, and he told me the customers like bugs. What? What disgusting fucking piece of shit is this? He said it happens every year, and they are used to it. He said... Used to it? It happens every year and they're used to it? Then that's a fucking problem with your, like, health conditions and your health standards at your fucking store, you stupid fuck. Like, when I mentioned the fact that our bakery had a fruit fly incident once, that was it. It was once. It wasn't a yearly fucking occurrence. Like, yeah, do we get, like, flies that will fly in the store and shit like that? Yeah, there's, like, 1 or 2 and shit. But it's never like a fucking infestation like that where it's just every year and it's just like, oh, people are used to it and they're fine with it. I asked him if we should leave the lid open. He said no. I told him I told him to think it's gross because it is fucking gross. Wait, and he also said the product still sells and I need to leave them there? Who gives a fuck? Like, that's a health violation. It doesn't matter if people don't give a fuck or not or, quote, used to it. Dude, fuck this piece of garbage. Like, oh my god. Like... Ugh. I mean, when you are garbage, it's probably normal for you to pretty much, like, like, swallow and try to sell it. He said, I understand that you feel that way, and I walked away. I am crazy, or is this gross? They want to improve the store, but not when it takes effort. If they, quote, want to improve the store and not take effort, they don't want to improve the store. They want to improve the sales. That's it. That's why he's bitching that they're, pulled from the shelf, because the effort to sanitize, distress, and order a new load of all this shit that's contaminated to refill everything, 1, costs money, and 2, costs effort. And it takes a lot of that. And, and they don't want to deal with that shit, so they'd rather just, hope it sells and just, just worry about it, when, like, their health inspection comes and, clean it out then. Hey! It's just fucking disgusting.
Goddamn right, I'm fucking disgusting.
No, not you.
Yeah!
It's this fucking, like, thing I saw on anti-work subreddit where it's, like, this like this shit that was pulled from the shelf because there's a bunch of fruit flies in it, and the manager basically is just like, oh, the customers like that there's bugs in it and are used to it and it happens every year and blah blah blah, and it's just like, what? Wait, it's just fucking disgusting. Here, let me just read a story to you. So it says, manager told me that customers like fruit flies in their bulk food. And it says, I work early in the morning maintenance at my job. I leave when we open. I saw bugs in these bulk containers, so a coworker and I pulled them off the shelf. Came back in 2 days later, and they were back out on the shelf, bugs and all, so I showed them to a different coworker, and we pulled them again. Today I heard the bulk manager bitching about who pulled the containers, which were back on the shelf, and I told him I did it, and he told me customers like the bugs. He said it happened every year, and they're used to it. He said the product still sells, and I need to leave them there. I asked him if we should leave the lid open. He said no, and I told him I think it's still gross. And he said, I understand that you feel this way, and walked off. Am I crazy, or is this gross? They want to improve the store, but not when it takes effort. And basically now I'm explaining that because they want to improve the sales and they don't give a fuck about the health standards or the working conditions and the actual standards of the store and don't want to actually improve the place. They're just only there for the, sale improvements. And,
Wait, what store is that?
They didn't say specifically. I mean, they left
Sure
that...
the fuck ain't shopping there.
Well, yeah, I mean, but it just kind of shows how much, some of these managers are fucking, disgusting. And I'm honestly, it just makes me so happy that we have the manager, store director that we have now, because she is such a night and day fucking difference. So much.
It's its debut.
I mean, it's just...
I'm breaking my first rule I made, bro. This fucking sucks.
Which is...
I wasn't gonna wear these specific jumpsuits to fucking while I'm working on my car, but I'm fucking cold.
So why is that a rule break? What, you don't want them ripped or something?
Yeah. You didn't see what was on the back?
Well, I saw, yeah. I mean, they should still be washable. You just have to put it on
No, I'm don't want to rip these.
Well, just gotta be careful of them. Just take care of them.
That's my favorite album on Motorhead too.
Yeah.
And anyone who says different that.
Well, what is it?
Motorizer by Motorhead.
Motorizer. Okay, well. I mean, either way, I would be.
Controversy is there because people don't really. That's everyone's least favorite Motorhead album, and I'm just like, fuck you, it's solid. That album is fucking solid.
I mean,
listen to it not on stream, and tell me that album's not solid.
I haven't really listened to Motorhead albums. I just various different songs they put out. So, I mean, I bet I can name you different songs from the album, potentially if you named them off.
No, yeah. See?
Oh.
Motorizer.
It's actually kind of a cool album cover. Is that the album cover, or is that just a different...
No, that's the album cover.
Oh, okay. See, I mean, prove my point. I listen to their songs, but I haven't really listened to, full
albums. This is the only one, I, flipped through, several back patches of Motorhead, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna get my favorite album, because all the other ones were, either,
the,
too busy, or,
too minimal?
Not that fucking good. And what I mean by too busy is, it's, super bright colors and flashy and
just a lot of shit going on.
Yeah,
very full.
Shit going on.
Yeah, sometimes simplicity is best, honestly. I mean, busyness is good in where it counts, but at least for me, there's a balance for it. Busyness for me matters more in landscape type of things. If it's more of a frontal shot of maybe there's a dude in front, but there's a lot of crazy fucking shit going on in the background, that's a little too much. Having some stuff is okay, but it takes too much away from the main thing. That's why there's a balance in being busy and being more simplistic. I swear to God,
I think your neighbors think I'm a crackhead.
I mean, one of them's out there doing some shit on the computer inside his truck or some shit, literally wide-eyed, fucking doing shit. So, he looked like he was on crack too, so don't worry. I think, everyone's smart. If they think you are, then, everyone here is, so.
No, I feel like your neighbors feel like I'm on crack, because fucking, one of your fucking neighbors, stopped down the road, turned around, and, shine their fucking head beams at me, and I'm just like, oh, man, I really want to get out of the car, and be like, hey! Asshole!
Oh, don't,
turn off your fucking brights!
They probably weren't even doing it at you.
Oh, no, they were. They purposely ended the car right at me. Oh, they probably think my taste in music's probably weird too. I'm out here listening to like fucking really old ass fucking like.
Dude, I mean.
Oh no, I'm listening to like old like
That's not weird. Like, old music isn't weird. A lot of people listen to old music.
No, it's not old music. I'm trying to find my words. Fucking, it's old wrestling fucking theme songs. From, like, back in the, like, early...
Well, like the Attitude Era or some shit or whatever the fuck?
Oh my god, he knows the Did you actually watch wrestling as a kid?
No. I watch, like, you know, D-Fat Fried, like, they were into wrestling and shit, or at least used to, so they will talk about it, so I have a vague understanding about some of it. And also, Robert used to watch it a lot. And he used to talk about it and give me kind of an idea about it, so I know some stuff, very vague information.
You got me all excited, you bitch!
I mean, I
was like, you said Attitude Era, and I was like, oh my god, he actually knows some shit about wrestling.
I mean, not really a lot. I just know that there's, like, those different eras where, you know, and also, like, you know, Vince McMahon is, like, kind of the architect of all this shit, you know. Like, I know some stuff. Like, I know enough to, you know what it is and what it's all about and shit like that.
No, I'm, like, listening to, like, certain, like, theme songs that, like, really fucking pop, and I'm just like...
Oh, I mean, like, whatever. Like, I don't think that's weird.
Anybody who cannot get down with Kane's theme song, like, if you actually fucking listen to it, and just listen to it, even his intro, like, they don't play the whole song, but if you go and look at it and play the whole song, that song's badass. You're just like a bit... If you're coming out of anywhere and you have that in the background, I don't give a fuck who you are. That makes you scary as fuck. If YouTube didn't have its bullshit fucking, copyrights, I'd fucking play it. What did I come in here for?
I don't know.
I came in here for the jumpsuit, and then oh yeah, bolts, but I don't think I have any. That tiny. I'll play digging through the garage.
Oh, you look like a little happy boy over there.
He's finally out of my hair. He gets fucking worked up.
Aww. Oh, now he's trying to follow you. He wants to hang out with you some more.
Hey, buddy.
Little sweet
you know you don't
thing.
want to be in the cramped ass truck on the floor. Go. Go that way.
Yeah, come here. Yeah, look at you. Here, go sit down. Sit in your chair. Hey, Zukov. Hey, Zukov. Get in your chair. Get in your chair. Get in your chair. Get in your chair, baby. There you go. Damn, Zukov. Little weirdo. What a little goof. Anyway, let's see what else is on, like, the anti-work subreddit. Oh wait, what's this? It's actually kind of a little meme. I took this from Facebook, made me think of the sub. Wait, what is it? I don't know how A Bug's Life didn't radicalize more of you. It literally teaches us that we, the people, will always outnumber the elite. We can beat their asses. Why aren't we doing that? Damn, you know what? Actually, a little bit. I have this on fucking VHS, even. Can I save this? I want to save this meme. I'm saving that meme. Image downloaded. I have saved the meme. Meme saved. Yeah. Because, true. CEO takes selfie of tears and self-proclaimed low point for laying off some employees. This will be the most vulnerable thing I'll ever share. So, wait, what the fuck? I've gone back and forth whether to... Wait, hold on. Is there more of it? Is there more to this? Or is it just the one picture? Oh, it's LinkedIn. The most vulnerable CEO of Hypersocial. Oh, okay. So he laid off some employees, and he's just all like, oh my god, I'm crying. Like, honestly, if anything, he's probably crying because he had to face the fucking scorn of a bunch of people that were yelling at him for laying him off and getting him fired and shit. So if anything, he probably had to feel their scorn and naturally, like, you know, get assaulted and offended by them and shit. So now he's all like crying because, you know, his fifis were hurt. It's like, get fucked, you worthless little cocksucker. Sounds like a pretty fucking one-sided negotiation actual exchange I had this morning. Wait, what? Also, I noticed on your application that your salary requirements are 34 an hour. This position starts at 29 per hour. Are you willing to negotiate? I'd be happy to negotiate so we can find a number that works for both of us. I have an offer at Surgery Center for 33 an hour of sign-on bonus, but I love to stay with women's health, and that's where my heart lies. With my 7 years working in women's health, I'm hoping we can move directly to one that reflects that experience. If that's something we can work with, I'd love to get moving forward. Fortunately, there is no wiggle room in the starting rate. It would have to be 29 per hour. We appreciate your time. Appreciate you reaching it. Wait, so so they say they're willing to negotiate, but then there's like, nah, there's no wiggle room on this. Like, that's not how that works, you stupid cunt. Like, that's literally not how this fucking works. Like, that's literally not how that works. It's like, hey, if you're willing to negotiate with, like, the different hourly rate and shit, then, yeah, you can do that. Instead of maybe 29, we'll do, like, you know, maybe 32, or, like, you know, or something like that. Or even 33, since that was mentioned, you know, with that. It's like, alright, they say 33, what about 32.50? You know, it's like, how about, will that work? You know, 32.50 an hour? You know, it's like, I mean, what? Like, that would actually, you know, be willing to negotiate, but no, it's like, I guess there's no wiggle room, even though they were the ones to say they're willing to negotiate, fucking bastards. What parasitical shitbags, dude. Man, like, fuck managers, man. This is, like, what they're really... This is just, like, what so many, you know, tend to be about. Entire Starbucks team walks out? What? When the entire store walks out of management, unjustly fires a coworker for being a union leader. Whoa. Okay, that was loud as fuck. Damn, they all walk out. Manager realizes she messed up. Oh, she's walking out of her office with the phone in her hand, like, oh shit, I need to, like, call somebody. This fucked up. Dude, see, that's what fucking the power in the union fucking does for you. Because, like, if you got, like, a union organizer or a union head or a union leader or, like, a work leader or a shop steward, you know, whether already unionized or fighting for it, like, I mean, as long as you organize and stay strong with them and organize, you know, the workplace, you know, to make sure that they're, you know, suited to your needs. And if they get fucked, you know, like, there is, you know, the whole element of going down with the ship, so, and it's not really, you know, you or the union organizer or anything like that, the ship that's going down. You all are the fucking rats that are jumping off the ship before it sinks. The manager's the one going down the ship. They're the captain, right? Like, they're supposed to be the captain of the ship, but, you know, hey, as it sinks, well, go down with it. You know, so, I mean, basically, it's just, like, forcing the fucking, you know, sinking, and then, you know, getting off the boat and just be like, well, hey, you didn't want to work with us, so, fuck you. Cool, lifeboat's ours, bitch. So, it's good shit. I love that. And honestly, I hope that manager really, like, fucking reconciles something and, like, rehires them and unionizes their shit and be like, you know what contract do you want? We'll just give it to you. Like, we're sorry. In fact, we'll give you, like, a little extra bonus for it. Like, if they want to, like, keep all their workers and shit, you know, especially, you know, knowing that there's probably some really good workers within their crew, it's just like, they would do that. Because with all of them walking out like that, they're basically saying they all quit. And when you have literally nobody to work your shop at that point, you better work with them. You better fucking work with them. Or else you're fucked. You ain't making no more money. Damn, I love it. Man, I love how, like, Starbucks is all over this country. And not just in this country, but even places like in Canada are, you know, feeling it. Now, it's just, I love it. It's just great. And seeing so many people getting fired after giving notice, I decided to post on my own. I didn't get a chance to talk to you today about myself. I'm giving 2 weeks notice to mom. A job I applied for before I left my last job reached out to me and made me an offer, and I accepted. My last day would be on the 28th, so it's nothing to do with you or anyone else personally or the work itself. I enjoy working here. Appreciate you take a chance with me. Also important for me to let you know and Steve ahead of time so you can find a replacement. Hey, I had a feeling. Thank you for notes, but that won't be necessary. If you have any personal belongings to collect, come in and grab them tomorrow. If I don't see you, good luck. What the fuck? Bro, it's like, hey, I'm gonna put my 2 weeks in. That's not necessary, you're fired. It's like, what? There honestly needs, I don't know if it is or not, but it needs to be against the law for a company or a boss to do that. It's like, I'm putting my 2 weeks in. Like, they can't just fucking fire you in that time. Like, at that point, you're leaving. It is a part of the 2 weeks, you know, that you're, you know, of the, like, that's the whole point of it. Like, you're going to be going, you know, already. Like, there's no reason to fucking fire him at that point, you know, and, like, you know, if anything, should just be prohibited. Because, like, if they're going to fucking leave, then there's no reason for it. You know, it's just like if you know, have some reason to fire him for anyway, then just wait for him to leave. Like, at that point, it's just, like, guaranteed. But, nope. Nah, we're just gonna fire you instead. I mean, I guess that person is gonna get their new job pretty quick. But honestly, like, that happens a lot. Even at my store, that happens occasionally and shit. Well, at least with the old manager. The new one actually, you know, doesn't do that shit. Which I'm definitely glad for. Got the awesome sauce hazy IPA. Nice. I'm just kind of checking out the anti-work subreddit. Ooh, what's this? Been striking since 6:30 a.m.? Wait, what's this? Who are these guys? Looks like construction workers. What union are they in? I like that guy's cowboy hat. I'm trying to see what their fucking signs say, but I can't see them. Unfair something something. Okay. I can't see what the union local is or anything. What are they saying? I wonder where this is at. Does it say somewhere? Does it say in the post? They're planning to strike every day until this reform. There are more of them chanting one on the other side of the building as well. Nice. Where is this? They left my side to join their fellow strikers on the other side of the building for more louder voices and higher morale. Cool. I'm behind. Who's yeah. There are carpenters in downtown San Diego. Oh, so San Diego. They're hired by Moto Building Systems. They've been paying them below the area standard wages, and they receive no health care for these projects. This group was originally striking on the 8th Avenue, but they've moved on the other side of the building with their fellow carpenters. Okay. So I get, hey, what are you doing? Hey, back up. Back up. Go. So that's right on. I don't know what a carpenters union that would be as for a local, but I'm guessing whichever carpenters unions with Moto Building Systems. But that's some good shit. Nice. That just kind of leads me to the, like, this other thing I want to find, but I actually need to find a Voosh clip, actually, because it's only, funny enough, Vosh is actually the only fucking dude I've seen talk about it so far. Alabama coal miners forced to pay over $13 million to the company. So, and at least so far, I mean, I think maybe More Perfect Union might be. I think they might have made a video at this point, but I mean, frankly, I haven't really. At least when I first saw this, he was the only one that was actually talking about it. You know, giving things. So, yay. That's just Peachy King. Where a streamer has to basically talk about some actual base things. Is there more to this story, or is this just cartoon evil? NLRB, mine workers to pay Alabama Coal Company over $13 million. Members and supporters
of the
United Mine Workers of America.
demonstrate outside BlackRock headquarters.
Was he actually having trouble with that?
On November 4th, 2021 in New York, a federal oversight board ordered the mine workers to pay more than $13 million in compensation to an Alabama coal company, where members have been on strike for more than a year. Where, on what legal grounds can you force compensation?
Like what motherfucker was, paid the big bucks, to fucking, make this fucking edict? Cause, this shit, this is a little fucking insane. It kind of reminds me of the, Harlan County, USA a little bit, where, there was a lot of, court battle on top of, the strike, because with their strike, and it was, I think, in 1970 to 71. And with those strikes, that lasted over a fucking year as well, and that shit was out in West Virginia. And it's just I mean, when it comes to these long fucking battles and shit, when it comes to these coal miners, they it pretty much it seems like it's always like a year of fucking fighting back with these motherfuckers and shit. And I know at the beginning of these strikes, when they first started, there were legit instances where some of these strikers were getting ran over and getting assaulted by cops as well, to get their fucking strikes broken up and shit. So I'm wondering how much is of that, compensation that needs to be paid, or restitution or whatever, is for, or cars got, damaged because, some miners were in the way. I wonder how much of it is that.
And it has to be some kind of damage. That you can't. Somebody not showing up to work isn't a. I want to know more about this. I'm sorry. Hold on. 13 million. Mine strike, Alabama. Okay, ABC. Oh, okay. It's from not coal mining. Democracy Now! Did a thing on it. So literally just them striking. That's it. That's the only. It's only because of them striking. It's not because of damages done during protests. It's not because of some other contractual. Dude, if you can be fined for striking, that's it. It's over. That's it. If you can be fined for striking, it's done. That's illegal. Well, I think the I think the Federal Oversight Board gets to decide whether or not that's legal. The national,
which I guess they think it is.
Right,
which is kind of a what the fuck thing, right there in my mind.
Coal mining was due some $13.3 million for costs including increased security, damage repair, and lost revenues from unmined coal.
So those are the main reasons, because they had to bump the security because, these strikers, might, try to trespass on the property, when they're not supposed to, after, there's some, the mines are supposed to be opened or some shit, because they might get violent or some shit when we try to get, scabs, to be bust in. And, there's also, the damages, the cost to which, frankly, fucking what? And then also,
cost, bro.
And then the lost revenue of unmined coal, which that in itself can go just shove up its ass.
Hey, sir.
Here that I think can be legal, from my understanding, is damage repair. That one tracks. Increased security and lost revenue, 0% tracks. Individuals due almost $30,000, mostly for damage to vehicles. Both amounts included interest.
Yeah, he is.
If the only thing they were being charged for here was damage to company property, I obviously still support the strikers here, and I don't give a shit about the coal company, but that would at least fit within my understanding of what the law can get away with. That fits within my,
I mean, I get what he's saying, with what Vosh is going there. And frankly, basically, I mean, even I could see that, but if anything, I would just say, well, the union will challenge it. And they should still. I mean, I think they hardcore should fucking challenge it and make this and fight this in court.
Yeah, fight the system.
I mean, no, seriously. I mean, when you have a fucking company. No, I'm
being serious. Fight the system.
Yeah, no, I am too. I mean, when it comes to these workers and these miners trying to actually get better standards and better pay conditions in their fucking workplaces and shit. And yet they're come at him being you have to pay 13 million in lost revenues, heightened security, and damages, to company property, it's like fuck off. Like that shit ought to be, challenged in court, like straight up. Like as it's fucking bullshit. Like, because if the NLRB is fucking going with it, then it's just like, well, evidently another court needs to, see it. Says Fosh. Yeah, because he's the only dude that, I actually have seen talking about this. So he's pretty much the only dude I've seen, well, like I said, actually discussing this whole minor situation with this whole 13 million restitution shit. So I'm using him for the main broader topic, overall. Not really for his commentary.
What's the point of a union if not to strike? Well, a lot of unions are there basically just to placate the workers. It's like, okay, we'll fight, we'll skim some off the top, and we'll fight for an additional 70 cents per hour, and all you have to do is, cede to all these corporate demands. There are unions that do not do their job. Is it now the policy?
I mean, that is true. I mean, honestly, I feel like more and more different current existing unions are starting to be a little bit more like, hey, that teeth that we used to have historically, why don't we start using those? Let's sharpen those up a little bit. Because ours is, with the UFCW Local 555, like, ours has kind of gained some teeth a little bit in the last year. So, I mean, I'd say that, even with current existing unions, that's starting to change, and that's good, but it needs to happen on a lot more of an acceleratory rate, which I think in some aspects it is with a lot of these new upcoming unions like Starbucks United, Trader Joe's United, so on and so forth, but, again, it just needs to accelerate. Like, if there is any acceleration that needs to be going on, it's within the labor movement, and, even if it's not being discussed, it is going on.
Unions be required to pay a company's losses as a consequence of their members exercising their rights as working people. This is outrageous and effectively negates workers' right to strike. I can't stand. Yeah. If you can be charged for lost revenue on account of a strike, then you essentially can't strike in America.
Yeah, because that's basically, because the idea of the strike is to cut the cost of, and the profit and the revenue of a factory or a workplace. Like, that's literally the fucking point. Because it's meant to take a, fucking hit, to the company so they can actually come to the fucking table. Like, that's literally the point. Like, I mean, it's not like the main tool that, the worker ought to use first. I mean, it's basically like a hammer of all the tools. But, when it comes down to it, if it's the nail that is, there, then you got to use the fucking hammer. And sometimes that's what's needed and that's what works. And if you don't have that, as a tool in your toolbox, because essentially it would basically be illegal to strike because you'd be heavily and ridiculously butt-fuck fined to oblivion, for all intents and purposes. It's just like, how are you going to be able to do that? Like, I mean, there wouldn't be a way to keep up a strike fund, and, if anything, if a union still tried to, go with striking and shit, like, union dues are basically fucking skyrocketing, and obviously not a lot of people would probably be happy about that. It's like, I mean, there's already the talking point of like, oh, if you don't, paying your union dues takes a major cut out of your wages, blah, 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 even though it's bullshit. I mean, but that would be used at far more as a talking point because there is a potentiality that dues might have to come up because there has to be more, for things like that to compensate for fucking endless fines if you're trying to strike. Which, the union probably ain't going to do that, especially if they don't exactly have teeth. And if they don't got that, then they're just probably not even going to use that as an option at all. And especially if working conditions are so fucked to the point where you need to strike, how are you going to do it? Like, there's not going to be a, especially at least financially, and basically by proxy, like legally, a way to do it.
If the government can be like, oh, you had a strike? Oh, well, now you owe your former business $30,000. Then you can't strike. That's not a real right anymore. A company rep did not immediately return to email seeking comment, hopefully because they were being strangled to death by a fucking union, man. Jesus Christ.
Based.
Christ.
And yeah, honestly.
The union and company signed an agreement providing the union pay damages for strike misconduct, and the board approved it. Strike
misconduct? See, considering, like, honestly, I'm wondering how much of this is just fucking corporate, fucking propagandizing and corporate narrative pushing. Because if this is a company going to the NLRB about this, then it really makes me wonder, like, where is it, considering, especially with the more recent track record of the NLRB being at least somewhat more pro-worker, in this case, the company going up to them and be like, excuse me, I'm wondering, honestly, if some palms are greased, for one, and for two, like how much of a fucking narrative that they were peddling to them about, like, some of this strike misconduct when it comes to things like, some of our miners got in the way of this person trying to go into the parking lot, and some of them got ran over and blah blah blah. But if they weren't in the way with their misconduct and going overboard with their striking, blah blah, like basically making different clips out of context and all this other shit, they probably skewed the narrative into the company's favor, which is what made the NLRB make the decision that they fucking did. Also, maybe potentially money being given to some to certain people to be like, make sure that this leans more in our favor with this decision. Yes. Because that tactic ain't fucking new. That's as old as fucking these fucking corporations.
This is what I mean by cucked unions. Also, how does strike misconduct include lost revenue from strike? That's not misconduct. That's just the strike. You can't say pay damages for strike misconduct, and the misconduct is the thing inherent to striking. Oh, you can strike. Just make sure you still show up to work, so we don't lose any profits off your labor. If there's not agreement with the region's ultimate conclusion, the region will commence a proceeding.
Which, how does that fucking work?
Okay, so what I'm guessing here is that there is legal grounds based on the contract for compensation with regards to like vehicle damages or whatever, but the company filed for restitution based on lost profit as well, and this cuck-ass federal oversight board was like, oh yeah, sure, the contract says strike misconduct demands compensation. Yeah, that was pretty mean of them denying you your profits. That's probably what happened.
Yeah, honestly, it legit is probably a part of it. Because, if they have, different little isolated cases where there might have been, quote, misconduct, not even by the strikers, most likely, if anything, escalated by either cops or scabs or what have you, where, it just, if anything, especially when isolated, just makes the strikers look bad, when really they aren't at all. Because at least, from the videos I have seen, especially when it first kicked off with the Alabama strikes, it's essentially, there were times where some of them were ran over and shit, and cops were fucking breaking their ass up and arresting some of them and shit, and it's just it's not new. Honestly, all that type of shit, I'm desensitized to, because that literally is nothing new under the sun. If you look at Harlan County, USA, when the documentary was focusing on their strikes, especially, a couple months in, it was going on then, too. So it's just you have, it's, a lot of these different things that are going on with this Alabama strike really is very, analogous to that documentary. And it's on YouTube. I think there's, a black and white version and a colored version, actually, if I remember correctly now. Because there used to be one, but just one version, but I think that got taken down, and then someone re-uploaded it, or other people uploaded 2 versions of it or something. But it's on YouTube at least, so you can still watch it. But yeah, I'd really recommend checking it out, especially in conjecture with these miners in Alabama. Because, there's, not everything that they're struggling with now is the same exactly to what they had to deal with. If anything, thankfully. Because it got so bad with Harlan County to the point where people were legit fucking shot and killed. And that's actually how they got their contract, because of how bad it got with the strikers and a lot of these scabs and gun thugs going back and forth, having their fucking fights and shit. And luckily, it's not like that, really legally couldn't, and it wasn't legal in the first place, but there just wouldn't be any ability, for that to even be remotely the case, unless the company just wants to make themselves look very bad. Because even then, it made them look bad, and, but it was at least easier to make an excuse for, but especially in this day and age of social media shit, it would be fucking impossible to. So, that's the one thing, luckily, they won't be able to get away with. So, I guess we could think of Lucky Stars for that.
Like a what?
You can strike, just make sure you don't strike. Yep, I know. I mean, it's honestly like a very fucking gross, slippery way of, trying to make striking illegal, honestly. I like to see in The Irishman where the union members push the taxi cabs into the water, and Jimmy Hoffa tells De Niro's character not to worry about the cops there because they own them. It's one of the rare few times where, maybe having the mob on your side is a good thing. Even in, like, the union's history and shit, there was some pretty, not really good blood or good history when we came to working with the mob. But, honestly, in some cases, especially in New York and in places like that, especially when it came to, like, the taxi unions and shit, like, honestly, when there was literally no one there for them, like, essentially, it was in their best interest, honestly. So, like, sometimes it was more or less a means to an end. If you gotta take your allies where they count, I suppose.
Like, overreach of
it's just definitely, not, an ally I would probably keep long term.
Stipulations in the contract from anti-labor, bureaucrats in the oversight board. That's my guess. It's not over, they're going to court. Yeah, I see this.
Oh, they are?
Giga Chads.
Good. Striking Alabama coal miners refused to pay $13.3 million in order to... Good. Like, they shouldn't. If anything, the company should pay that to the fucking union. It's like... fuck that shit. That's ridiculous. So, I'm glad that they're, taking it to court. Good. Because this is what needs to fucking happen and shit. Because, like... frankly, that fact has been going on for a fucking year, and it's just been kind of quiet, when it comes to coverage of it. I guess, frankly, just because, when it's a strike, it's not exactly, anything exciting, I suppose. Nothing really happens that much. It's not like it, there is an excitement, I suppose, like it does have it. But that's why I was referring to, like, isolated cases, because there will be isolated incidents where shit probably gets, a little escalatory and shit, but, the company always uses those as excuses for strike misconduct and shit, just as a way to try to bust the strikes and bust the union up a little further and further. That's just what really all this type of shit is, it's just more union busting type of tactics. It's just, more on, a fucking governmental level. I think it's one of the reasons success of pro-working class policies because of the money from unions like Teamsters Union, who were pretty corrupt and abandoned the workers during the time. But I still guess it has some positive outcomes. Yeah. That's kind of the one thing about Nixon. Like, that's weird. Like, I always find with Nixon, honestly, these days, such a strange character and, like, in a mixed bag of a president, honestly. Like, I used to think of him as just strictly shit, but really, especially after Paul's Patreon episode on Nixon, I was just like, he really honestly wasn't strictly all shit. He still, at the end of the day, was shit, but he actually, surprisingly, had some, even with his anti-worker rhetoric, had pro-worker policies, the EPA, like... It was just like, okay, it's legitimately kind of a mixed bag. All right. I guess that's one thing to say about him. He's quite the character. I am not a crook. These fucking communists. Like, he was a staunch anti-communist and shit. Like, it was, he was, like, hardcore within the whole McCarthyist shit, too. So, another reason why he was kind of shit, hence his anti-worker rhetoric. But that's why I find, him such a mixed bag and quite the character, because, like, despite that, you still did some decent, somewhat pro-worker policy. It's like, alright, I guess I could give you that. That's kind of what I think about, like, Biden. It's like, honestly, he would probably be a similar, like, mentality, at least in the same feeling, I guess, if he actually, like, did some shit that was actually, like, somewhat pro-worker and stuff. Like, RB's had somewhat of a track record up until this point, but it's like, maybe trying to, like, actually aggressively push the PRO Act and a few other things. Saying this to, like, a dementia-addled mummy is, kind of amusing either way, but it's like, even then, if it was a possibility of that actually getting done, and he actually did that shit, it would be like, alright, still a shitbag through and through, but at least there's some legit mixed things about his presidency that could be like, alright, he did something. I can at least see, like, alright, there's some shit here that I can at least look at and be like, alright, this is okay, this is good. Because I could do that with Nixon, at least, despite the shit fuck that he was. Most of that was probably due to power money unions still had at the time, though, and they lost a lot of it due to corruption and people not really giving a fuck about their rights anymore. Yeah, then Reagan came in shortly after that and pretty much gutted whatever was left, and because at that point, you know, with the corrupt unions and shit, they pretty much were using a lot of their influence more or less to be tied in with whatever mob activity or just whatever corruption that was going on. And for those that already kind of had it and shit, they got complacent. Didn't really care as much. Which I suppose if there is one thing you could blame about, like, that generation's era is the fact that they got complacent. Not that they, you know, had theirs, is that they were complacent and just, like, got fat off it. Instead of actually kind of fighting to keep it. To make sure, like, hey, you know, like, you know, it might be nice now, but if you keep it up, like the way it is, and just being nice and fluffy off of it, it's going to be gone before you know it. And, well, look where we are now. I mean, it was by design, though. It's like, I don't inherently fault the generation that was, but at the same time, you know, there was a lot about what came from that generation that I do. I mean, the average Joe from it, you know, not inherently, but everything that came from that, yeah. Because honestly, like, with that logic, I also blame, you know, the same shit that came from the generation after them. It's so odd. Because it's just been getting worse of it, and people haven't really been as aware and active up until this recent point. The closest is probably, like, what, 2001 or something? Around that time? Like, because I know during, like, the DNC National Convention around that time, Rage Against the Machine was even playing at that shit. And the cops broke that shit up and caused, like, a whole fucking riot to break out because of that. So, don't really see that anymore. So I kind of feel like, honestly, the last time we saw, like, a lot of piss and vigor was probably back then. Over 20 years ago. There's this note, hey, maybe we shouldn't let the biggest organized criminal group in the country have a complete control of the workers' rights because a lot of them are extremely wealthy. Yeah. And they got it from their own ulterior means as well. If anything, they were just like the business fat cats, you know, who are a little bit more superficial about it. They were just a little bit more under the radar because they, because of a lot of the different shit that they were invested into as a business, which was obviously a lot more criminal. I mean, but all in all, this really does kind of show how much, like, there needs to be more of an organized, you know, radical militant labor movement, you know, especially when, you know, lest we forget things like Blair Mountain shit, because there is a way to legit have strong, you know, organized power and actually, you know, a strong ability for a union to actually get shit done. It just has to get people, you know, more pissed and vigored about it. And honestly, not, like, totally eschewing, but understanding that, like, yeah, maybe this person that I'm working with in my workplace might be, you know, kind of conservative on some things. You know, maybe they're, you know, like super, you know, even way more woke than me, or maybe they're, like, this or that or some shit. It's just like, but, I mean, you still work with them, they still got to pay the bills too, they still got to, you know, make sure they get their bread at the end of the day like you. I mean, it's like with that fucking bridge, I mean, it melts down a lot of fucking barriers that, you know, have been built, that gets built up and shit over time. Whether intentionally or otherwise. Whether it's just because they believe in it or they were indoctrinated to believe in that shit. I mean, because, like, that's really the only real fundamental way to, like, you know, to try to, like, quote-unquote break down a lot of these, like, hyper-tribalistic barriers and shit. Because, I mean, I definitely work with people who are a little bit more conservative. I was actually talking to some politics with my assistant manager, because especially with some social views, he's definitely more conservative leaning. And it's just like, and actually even to my point, he was mentioning, like, stuff about, like, pronouns and stuff, funny enough, actually. He's, and weirdly enough, he's not even, like, that super conservative with it, because he's like, I don't really care, what pronouns, people go by and stuff like that, whatever. It's just like, when people get like, like all weird about it, or like, too, like whatever, or something like that, where it's like, I don't know what you really want to be called or something, where it gets kind of confusing. It's just like, if anything, that's where it kind of hit me. It was like, a lot of his more conservative leans tend to be because he might be like confused with some stuff and doesn't totally get a thing, or shit like that, because I know the dude is at least shown to have growth and stuff, and has actually gotten an open mind. But it also shows that like there's definitely a lot of random motherfuckers out there that might be kind of socially conservative that just need someone to probably just be more to explain these type of things. And and being at the workplace, it's a way, especially working with this dude for so long, I mean, a lot of these type of things get melted down, where it ends up being more just kind of a casual conversation. Because I mean, if you're saying that to I don't know, like your quote unquote like Twitter blue hair or some shit, like, I mean, probably wouldn't necessarily be a pleasant conversation. But like having the back and forth, being like, hey, it's like it's like, a lot of it's just because, some people just prefer to, because of how they feel, just identify a certain way. And at least for me, it's like, I, at the end of the day, don't care, and he's like, yeah, I don't really either. It's just like, it gets kind of confusing sometimes with this type of stuff. And, a lot of, I think, kind of gets hypervolatized, because there's, it's like with biology, there's like man and woman and stuff like that, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, yeah, I mean, I'm just like, sure, I mean, there's that and stuff, but, it's like, just having a little casual back and forth to it, just at least, giving them a little basic, explanatory things of these things. And it helps, you might not totally get it right then and there with that conversation, but it kind of gives a seed of understanding, being like, all right, this isn't like as whack-a-mole or weird or confusing as I initially came in thinking about it. And with that, it helps also build stronger bonds in that workplace, and in a lot of ways help build some more a cohesive like work structure and shit. Because I mean, you get to like kind of know where kind of people lie in a lot of ways, and be able to understand each other. And and because of that, like, let's say there is a strike, and like with these Alabama miners right now, where they get broken up and shit. If you really know somebody really well, whether they might be conservative or not, you're probably more likely to want to help out your fucking strike, or with you in arms and shit, to be like, hey, I'm gonna pick you up, make sure you don't get run over, or have a cop fucking beat you over with a baton over and over again. Because it does break down a lot of these type of fucking bridges and shit, or builds up these type of bridges, and break down a lot of these type of walls that get built up with a lot of this shit. Because especially with a lot of like the this fanatical far right on the rise and shit, it's like there are a lot of people that get that fall into a lot of that type of shit. Like, I know there was like the whole like alt-right, like the gateway to the alt-right or some shit. It's like they never really went away. It's not really alt-right anymore. It's just crazy Christo fascist fanatic right at this point, but still the same shit, really. Lesson learned, never again. Hey, what's this? Try to run away with her vape. What the fuck? Try to run away with her vape? What happened? Is that just like... This better be just out of context. What? What? How? What? Oh my... Jeez. What the fuck? I mean, this doesn't look like a house or something. Like... Yeah, I don't know. Jesus. Damn, son. Period strength is unreal. What the fuck? Must be, Jesus Christ. Here. See the random little things around the tube here. Because I know there's honestly like a lot of crazy fucking shit. Oh, and you know what? Honestly, I know there's a lot more random absurd molding that went on during the whole like raid shit. Just like I figured. Of course, Candace Owens, Crowder. I don't think Ben Shapiro yet. But fucking Bannon even. This is like all these motherfuckers. Like, oh. It is amazing. I mean, like, we'll just play it.
And I agree. I do not think it's beyond this administrative state and their deep state apparatus to actually try to work on the assassination of President Trump. I think that's right.
Oh my God! It's Bannon's going so far to say this is like, you know, coming up to like, you know, oh, they're gonna try to assassinate him.
Table.
Republican gets in, investigate everybody, raid everybody, use all of it. I don't care if we become Nicaragua at this point. You've already rung the bell. You can't unring it, Buttercup.
So, wait. You were like, I love this one because it's like, hey, I don't care if we become Nicaragua. Like, bruh, aren't you the motherfucker that is always like, well, just you motherfuckers that are always about like, hey, you know, maybe we shouldn't like you know, become like the, you know, these Venezuela, Cuba, you know, Nicaragua, Russia, blah blah blah. Like, you're all, you know, crowing about that shit, but now you're like, well, you want it, so now we're gonna just become that. The assassination plan would be waiting 5 years. Yeah, seriously. I mean, I love how pretty much the mask is off, too, with a lot of these conservatives. Like, well, they very much, you know, want to go out of the law, or, you know, very much, like, destroyed the Constitution, or whatever the fucking weird shit they cry now. And basically, you know, just like, all right, we'll just let our authoritarian flag fly now. We'll just let that free flag fly.
For those in Congress to be able to use the tools at their disposal to defund the FBI, to ask the right questions, and to prepare for a church-style commission next year, if given a Republican majority, to dismantle the FBI into 1,000 bits.
A church like a mini, dude. So what, we're gonna get, like, pastors and preachers and, like, you know, some other fucking, you know, like, religious dorks all together and fucking, you know, work on dismantling the FBI? I mean, I'm okay with the dismantle the FBI part. Literally everything else about what you weird little foo-foo shit is about, like, nah. Like, yeah, like, dismantle the FBI, the CIA, NSA, like, that, yeah, that's all based, but, I mean, you know, when it comes to, like, what your idea about what we ought to do with that shit, you weird conservative chuckle fucks, especially right now, like, nah. I'm not really exactly about it on your level of things. They'll probably claim foul play when Trump finally croaks. Oh, you know they will. I was in Vegas this weekend for my homie's birthday. One of the dudes was a huge Alex Jones fan. I heard this dude's brain rot shit for days. It was strange because he was so gay. Oh, he was also gay? Alex Jones seems a weird choice for a gay dude to be a big fan of. Yeah, no, for real. Especially when he's talking about, like, the homosexual, like, goblin demons, you know, possessing everything or whatever the fuck, and his whole, like, weird religious shit. Like, that does really legitimately seem a little odd.
Back, it's time to hold everyone accountable. The military leadership, the civilian leadership, the civil service, those in Congress who've abused their power.
The military, like, I mean, I quote, questionably based. Like, I'm okay with holding accountable of, like, this is so fucking, I love it. Like, oh, you know, law and order until, like, you know what, hey, you know what, maybe we actually need to hold some of our system accountable when it hits them, dude. It's just, like, they just, like, basically hate everything that is just normal, fine, well, like, normal, fine, given the current paradigm, if it, like, goes against their shit, but if it does, they're hunky-dory with it. If anything, they want to sound like they're the big, like, radical, like, you know, we need to change things. It's like, you motherfuckers are literally trying to reverse everything. And now you're trying to be like, let's defund the FBI, which by proxy is basically the cops. It's like, you can't really have it both ways, but okay.
Be held accountable, all of them. It can't be this nice guy routine where we just, oh, let's be friends.
And going back to Hillary, there's a lot of other things. How about the Benghazi scandals? How about the Clinton Foundation? I mean, How many?
Sure. Yeah, do it. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, alright.
Oligarchs from Russia.
I mean, I'm not a lib, so obviously I'm going to be fine with this.
Contributing to that. How about Uranium One?
Look at Hillary Clinton, the 33,000 emails that she just deletes.
Hey, liberals, you think they're not going to come for you?
Well, I like it. That was a very short little, like, hey, yeah, Steven Crowder still exists moment. Hey, liberals, you don't think they're going to come from you? He's also basically just mean, like, lefties, just the wokes, and pretty much, like, everything in between. And, yeah, no, I know. No, I'm very well aware. No, I'm prepared. No, it's okay. Your weird little, like, gay-ass, like, fucking, like, revolver holster that you have on your chest half, like, every other show, and your weird, like, cross-dressing routine that you do every other week, you know, don't really scare me there, you little sissy bitch. Main issue is that's the main issue. Every person involved in this party wants both ways, and that's why whatever system they want will never work. Exactly. I mean, I know it's Godwin's law, but I mean, you just kind of have to literally look at the Nazi regime to see how long that lasted. It wasn't just, you know, like, even if like the military stratagems that they did actually like worked out and shit, it still would not have lasted long. You know, because of how much it literally ate itself from the inside out. Like, it pretty much like it was the serpent eating its own fucking tail. Only it was just slowly, eventually, like consuming itself into like a singularity, just ball of chaotic destruction. Like, it just because there would have been a lot, because it was already cracking even while they were making their pushes and shit still, and while they were still, you know, in the lead, so to speak, or whatever, where there was a lot of back and forth on like, well, should we keep Hitler, or like, you know, hey, I actually should be the guy in power, and all this other shit. The Ouroboros, yep. I mean, Jormungandr's another one. He's like, before Ragnarok, he's a serpent that eats his own tail that like circles around the earth and shit. So, I mean, I guess, you know, relatively, I mean, they could be different names, but yeah, the Ouroboros. But it's just like, I mean, same thing though. It's like, all in all, like, it eventually cracks under its own regime and collapses within itself. Whether it, like, you know, breaks apart into, like, different little, like, regimes, or, you know, just, you know, regalvanized into another dictatorial leader and shit, either way, it eats itself from the inside.
Donald Trump, if they can do it to you.
The left thinks this is hilarious. If you doubt me, just go to any of their goofy platforms, Twitter or elsewhere right now. They think this is hilarious.
Oh, you have no idea.
This is funny.
You have no idea.
Oh, damn, Bongino. Of course it's funny. Wait, what?
Oh, this guy robbed a bank and called a radio station and bragged about it on the air.
Well, that's pretty dumb. What?
That's why he's on the world's dumbest.
Well, that's, like, I mean, that's one easy way to get fucking caught. I mean, if you're gonna do that, do it from, like, a phone booth or something. Like, I mean...
No, don't even call at all. Just keep the cash.
Well, I can see how you can flex and still get away with it. That's why I said phone booth, but also... where the fuck you gonna find a phone booth? So it doesn't matter. Like, I mean, if you're gonna do it, just don't do it, because there ain't no way to do it.
Yeah, they still have a couple of payphones glued to the wall of a convenience store, but other than that...
like, where in the fuck would you find any of that? What?
Isn't there one at the 7-Eleven?
No.
Not anymore? Or the,
No.
Chevron? They don't even have that one anymore?
This ain't like 2004. Like, I mean, yeah, payphones aren't really that much of a thing anymore.
Oh, 1980, they had phone booths everywhere.
Well, no shit, in 1980, like, that was, like, the main way to, like, communicate when you're on the move. Like, you know, and need to immediately access somebody by phone.
Barely had cell phones. And they were like a brick.
Yeah. Before then, they were in, like, a suitcase thing.
Oh! Excuse me, I gotta sit down, the phone's too heavy.
And now they're plates.
And now I've got these little teeny things.
No, that was the mid-2000s. Today, they're plates.
Yeah, back then it was like, I remember my mom had
What, like a little rotary phone?
Bolted to the hump in the car, and they don't even have those anymore. And then
There's no reason for it.
A huge, massive, like cement block bolted in the back of a car with an antenna sticking out.
Oh my fucking god. That's definitely a mobile phone. Did you see where that old video of that?
It's mobile as long as you're with your car.
Did you see that old video they played on DP where the guy claims masturbation makes you blind and paralyzed, and his explanation is a picture of two Ouroboros over a guy's arms and shoulders? Oh yeah, I think so. I think I've seen that. Because honestly, that claim is old, is kind of an old one. Like, I mean, even I heard that even before that clip, where it's just like, oh yeah, masturbation makes you blind, and it's like it's like, where did that even come from? Honestly, it's like, where's that like, oh, you jerk off, you go blind, like even come from? It's like, what, you go like what for maybe like 10 seconds when you're like, oh, like eyes rolled back in like, you know, a quick little moment of euphoria or some shit. Like, I mean. That's what I'm wondering. It's like, where in the where did that come from? Like, I know there's an origin to it. I don't think you'll criticize him. Why not? I'll be fine. I'm not gay. I'm kind of like Larry singing from. Oh, that's dark. Coming the eye. I mean, well, you don't go blind from that. I mean, you just gotta wash your eye out. Because, yeah, I'm sure that would suck. I've never had that happen, luckily. I've had it accidentally... Well, never mind. Never mind. I'm just gonna shut up. I love the video because it makes no sense. The Ouroboros has no reason to be there. I know. Yeah, I know. It's like, why are they there? There's just... It's like, what, is the Ouroboros, like, meant to represent some shit? Like, I guess, like, the idea is, like, they're supposed to, like, I don't know. I'm just gonna just talk out of my ass. I bet there's meant to, like, represent fucking, like, you know, like, oh, the Ouroboros are meant to be, like, the reciprocal cycle of you basically, you know, yearning for desperation to try to find, like, the bliss, but you look to your own self, and yet, you know, it's just, I don't fucking know. It's, like, something like that. Where it's like, you know, oh, you're addicted to it, and thus, like, maybe it's metaphorical, and people then eventually took it literally. Like, maybe it was meant to be, like, a metaphor where if you, you know, start masturbating and go, like, blind to, you know, the world instead of, like, you know, you go into your own self when it comes to pleasure, I guess, you know, instead of other people, or I guess, you know, a woman, you know, in a biblical sense. So, I mean... I guess maybe it used to be... I'm guessing maybe the origins of the idea of masturbation made you blind was probably meant to be a figurative sense, like maybe more of a metaphor, but dumb fucks literally took it literally. Like, just straight up. I mean, and actually use that as a way to be like, no, you can't jerk off. And it's like, bruh. Honestly, thinking about it, I think it was meant to be a metaphor. I think the whole saying was initially supposed to be like a metaphor, or like more of a turn of phrase, more so than like literal. But people actually took it literal because they're idiots. Denny sees people so badly. The placemats are job lack. They literally have job applicant like things that are placemats. Like when you walk in, dude, that's just... Bruh. That's just kind of... Just wow. Bruh. It's like, sir, I got syrup over mine. Is that okay? Dude, I can't believe... Like, this is just kind of pathetic. Like, when you have, like, placemats as the... Like, how in the fuck do you even, like, get them if they're meant to be placemats? I mean, these are in a box. They look like they're just regular paper applicants. Yeah, these are just like papers. So they're not like full on placemats. Doesn't help that they put their phone in ordering to overseas. What? All the corporate stores are a good chunk of busy franchise and answered by people overseas. The company they contracted for dropped over 150 agents to send their jobs to the Philippines for pennies on dollar. These are work from home positions as well. Wow. I'm not fucking surprised at the, yeah, because I didn't know that either. Not at all. Yep. Wow. Go fucking figure. Go figure. Submit a burger with your application. Yeah. Be like, hey, here's how I made a burger. This is right. It's just gonna be like right on these weird corporate art. Like, what? Like, did they like? What is this? Like, what corporate art dystopian shit is this? Like, is it meant to be like, hey, like the angles, like you're more close to the feet than they're like there's oh my god, there's just no proportions. Like the proportions are so fucking like, why are their heads like little pinpricks versus everything else? It's absurd, dude. Oh god, Jesus. No, I didn't want to zoom in. I wanted to zoom out. I think this is it. Oh, the Ouroboros thing.
Video explains exactly.
Oh, you found the OG video.
A human being to become crippled and blind in one eye.
Oh god.
In order to explain exactly why masturbation will cause a human being to become crippled.
To become crippled and blind in one eye. Wait, why so specific? I think that was the song on the right. I think so. But hold on, let me go back. Let's go here. Yeah. They definitely took some aspirations from Hassan, for sure. With his little tiny head.
First necessary to know the true nature of what a human being is.
Oh god, we're about to get educated pretty nice. This sounds text-to-speech, but I don't think it is. I really don't think it is either, dude.
Shows a model human body.
Oh my god, yeah, that is... this is like Chad... This is like the Chad meme before Chad meme was the thing, dude. Damn.
People who are asked what a human being is would say the creature shown in this picture...
The creature? Oh my god.
Being. The creature in this picture...
Wait. I just realized there's fucking time... Wait, this dude added chapters? Wait, this motherfucker literally came back to this video later and added, like, chapters and shit when they went... Dude, oh my god.
A human being is. A human being is something else entirely different. This picture shows a creature with its tail in its mouth.
That's called an Ouroboros.
This design of a creature swallowing its own tail is called the Ouroboros symbol. The Ouroboros symbol is associated...
Oh my god. I don't know if I can handle this. And they added that recently. I know. That's what I'm saying. It's such a very... yeah, whatever. Okay. You know what? Is that a new feature? I'm pretty sure it is. I mean, it's not like new. It's been around for a minute, but... Correspond... I honestly, I have a very strong... You know what? I'm not even... I can't. I can't. What in the fuck is even happening here? What is going on here? Alright, you know what?
Help in understanding how masturbation makes the human body shown in this picture crippled and blind in one eye. In a healthy human body, both of the snakes should have the same diameter as they do in this picture.
What? Huh?
According to Happy Theory, the effect of masturbation on the two snakes within the human body is to decrease the diameter of one of the snakes. The decrease in diameter... Okay, what? This voice sounds like, I'm aware of this because I'm kidnapped several people and dissected them alive in my basement. And it was all of God's work, and their blood was worthy offering to him, and he blessed me with the great holiness that is our Lord and Savior, and the three Trinity Spirit thing, the Holy Trinity or whatever the fuck, I don't know. Oh my god, I don't, okay, Jesus Christ, I can't handle this. This is that's just, wow, that is way too fucking, like, I just hope this person is, like, wait, this channel's literally named Happy. Like, he just made up his own theory. Wait, what is on his channel? What the fuck? 1977 Chevy C10 Dorman El Paso Contour something.
Energy of one human body can link with the influence of another here. Oh my fucking god. Whirling bull riders. Masturbation will make you a trapezoid? It makes you blind in one eye. It, like, alters, you know, snakes or something. It makes them one not proper to the other in diameter. And also, I guess, makes you a trapezoid. Okay. This guy's definitely not insane at all. Exactly how right. Dude, this guy's really, like, this dude was very, very, into this whole, like, masturbation thing. Trapezoid, yeah, I guess we become trapezoids, dude. Scientists are stupid. Aztec pyramids, oh my fucking god. And you didn't even spell stupid right. I think that's probably purposeful. Anorexia, dent, and masturbate. Dude, this guy really is fucking insanely fixated on this. Health websites own propaganda proves masturbation harmful. Dude, this guy is very, like, dude, how much you want to bet this guy jerks off, like, every fucking day? Like, straight up. Wait, masturbation will give you cigar mouth? Dude, like, the masturbation does everything. It makes you a trapezoid, makes you blind to one eye. It fucking, you know, gets you cigar mouth. I think that was Zuckerberg and trapezoid. Was it? Is it? It kind of looks like it looks like the Zuck and Bezos, like, morphed into one entity. Sculptures of it, what? Support the claim of the happy, oh my god, this guy is really about his own weird fucking shit. Oh my god, this guy is really all, the missionary's position is more effective for procreation. Huh? Is he a troll, though? This guy? I don't know. I mean, the last video is 6 years ago, and they're just a cat on a roof posts this picture for dig for butt nuggets? What? Huh? I guess there's... Wait. Oh, yeah, there's a cat. Yeah, there's a cat right there. Huh? Oh, it's just... oh, it's cleaning itself. That's why the title is the way it is. Okay. I see what... okay. And then there's this. Which... Wait. Upper passenger control arm unboxing. Okay. So he just has a random unboxing thing from 6 years ago, I guess, too. So he's, I guess, not active anymore. I don't know what Happy Theory videos focus on. Claim that masturbation makes human being blind and crippled. So yeah, it's literally just this whole fucking weird shtick. Ugh, bruh. Also, videos about Kung Fu. What the fuck? No, there wasn't. I didn't see one video about that. I saw a cat video, which I at least can like. I can like a cat video. And videos of philosophical or metaphysical in nature. Press X to doubt. Maybe the cat was digging for the Ouroboros inside him. Yeah, dude. Maybe the cat was masturbating. Maybe it was gonna go blind in one eye, dude. Maybe the Ouroboros are actually, you know, about to alter in diameter. Yeah. Who knows? Dude, see, that's why I love old YouTube, like, in a lot of ways. I mean, I wish YouTube now would at least be okay with letting some weird wonky-ass conspiracy videos be there, because now it's just weird, dorky shit like this that's more or less harmless, and it's like, man, I mean, we're just like the Alex Jones level crazy fucking weirdos, because every now and then I'll see shit like that, but, like, it's mostly, like, some random dude who has, like, a account that's just trolling around and making, like, like, fucking spam comments that are eventually just gonna get the fucker banned anyway. So it's just like, oh. I mean, because they're always, like, wacky. They're all legit kind of funny to listen to just because of how ridiculous they were. I mean, they still exist. I mean, but they're just like so far and few in between. And like, especially the classics, so many of them are gone. It's like, ugh. It's like, god damn it, YouTube. I know, like, if you go in, like, internet archive sites and shit, I'm sure you can find some of them still, but it's like, man, Sad times. Want to walk up to you, tell them masturbation turns you into a trapezoid. I know, dude. Yeah, honestly, should I go back and actually watch that? Because I kind of want to watch that, honestly, now that I think about it. I want to legit, unironically, like, now that we're bringing it back up. You know what? Yeah. It's only 4 minutes or about. We'll see video Alex Jones popping out of a giant banana strategically placed in front of a suburban Walmart on African American Friday. On Black Friday.
Masturbation will make you a trapezoid. According to Happy Theory, masturbation will make a human being blind and crippled.
Oh my god, dude. Alright, man. Hold on, I gotta smoke something first. I gotta take a toke, dude. There's just no fucking way. Oh my god. Wow, I can't believe... wow. Am I really gonna be able to get through this? It's only 4 minutes and 22 seconds. Oh man, if only it was 2 seconds less. Oh, then it would have been perfect.
Many other bodily changes and health problems. The phrase bodily changes refers to physical changes of the body. The main overall physical change that masturbation causes is to shrink both ends of one side of the body towards the center of the body.
Wait, what? Okay, so he's actually... Okay, so it's definitely not text-to-speech, even though he sounds like it, because I heard that click of him pausing his audio recording. Oh. So it's to shrink both ends of one side of the body towards the wait. That doesn't even make sense. Wait, so you literally, like... just... shrink? I'm 6'2". If that's the case, then why am I not like a dwarf by now? Like, honestly, like... even then, why aren't I the size of a fucking ant? Like, I mean... bruh. So, like, I mean, let's be, like, for real? Main physical change caused by masturbation is, like, yeah. Yeah, the main physical change is that that you nut. Yeah, pretty much. And actually, it's legitimately, like, healthy for you. Like, it's actually good for the prostate to do that every now and then. Maybe not, like, literally every fucking day and shit, but, like, every now and then, like, yeah, it's actually healthy for you. It's actually a good, kind of a good thing, to kind of flush the system a little bit, too, and stuff. Like, that is also a way to actually kind of, like, clean the pipes a little bit. Like, I mean, it's actually, if anything, healthy to do it every now and then. Like, like, maybe on, like, a weekly basis or some shit. Like, it's actually a good thing. Like, it's not unhealthy or doesn't do anything negative. Like, it can be if you do it, like, literally, like, every day, like, 3 fucking times a day or some shit. Like, that's a little overboard, but... I mean, even then, it's whatever. It's more or less if you're doing it, like, 13 times a day and every day and some shit, that's a problem. Like, I mean, like, it can be an issue, but, I mean, even doing it, like, once a day, like, I mean, that's not even a big deal. That's honestly, if anything, kind of typical for some people.
The head of the body in this picture has been reduced in size to demonstrate masturbation.
What? What? Like, okay, wait. If that's the... wait, what? So it only does it to one half of the... wait, so if that's the case, then why isn't, like, one half of my head... like, why isn't literally one half of my body basically the size of an ant, and the other half is just chilling? Like, you'd think there would be some... there's some inconsistencies here.
Then lines are drawn on the body to highlight its overall shape. That shape is called a trapezoid. Masturbation has changed the normal rectangular shape of the human body.
I've never seen anyone that looks like that. I mean, even, like, one thing I definitely would watch growing up was, like, different, like, documentaries about people that would have, like, very rare-ass, like, deformities or genetic mutations and shit, and a lot of it would be very, like, like, a lot of it would be very physical, mutations and shit. Not once did anyone look like a fucking trapezoid. Or, like, this. Like, at all. So, like, I mean, never. Ever. Like, I mean, I've seen some, people that legit have some crazy physical deformities and stuff, but not, like, that, like, not like, again, not like this. Like, this is just ridiculous.
Trapezoidal shape. Every possible health problem or bodily change that can be caused by masturbation can be deduced by treating a masturbation change body as if it really has the lopsided look shown in this picture.
Oh, as if for real. Oh, so it's more of a figurative thing. This is like more of a metaphysical, like, presence situation. This is like what?
Demonstrated using the eyes. Normal eyes should be mostly oval, as demonstrated in this picture.
Oh my fucking god. This is, like, how many fucking, like, random dots is he connecting that don't even, like, remotely closely connect?
Shaped and sized eyes are then placed above the trapezoid representing a masturbation change body. The left side of the trapezoid is shorter than the right side of the trapezoid.
I'm high as fuck and this is hurting my brain.
If the trapezoid represents a masturbation...
We're not even like a third of the way. Oh god. Oh man. Okay, we gotta speed this up. We need to. Holy fuck. I mean, we're not gonna be able to get through this. Oh my fucking god. This is like, oh dude. There's nothing even really to react to. There's nothing to, like, debunk. I already did earlier. Like, if anything, jerking off every now and then is healthy for you. Like, that's all there is need to be debunked. I don't even know. I don't know either, man. I mean, it's like... was there a plot to begin with, or am I just legitimately losing the plot here? Like, cause I don't know, dude. Oh my god. I'm gonna try. Schizo posting it. I mean, no, dude, seriously though. I think we need General Monk's take on this. Johnny, do it for real, dude. Because I'm trying to honestly understand this. Like, I want to figure out, like, how does he get to this conclusion? But okay, you know what? Let me try to start from the beginning here without trying to, like, replay this. Let me try to see if I can break down the plot, if there is, or lack thereof, really, if there is, you know. Let's see. Okay, so, all right. So obviously, the Hoppe theory, masturbation bad, makes you crippled or something, I guess, or whatever the fuck. And I guess what it does, like, one half of your body, figuratively, because you don't actually see it, apparently. But I guess you do, because you have to with their eyes. And, you know, where you get, well, this, thus you have a trapezoid-like body, like, chest structure going on. Which, frankly, honestly, when it comes to the human body, like, you can kind of, like, you can pretty much, like, I mean, see whatever shape you want. Like, you can kind of see, like, you know, like, at least from the shoulders to, like, chest area, there's, like, kind of, like, a very, like, little, like, you know, kind of trapezoidal thing, but it's, like, upside down as it goes into, like, the hips and waist region and shit, right? Like, I mean, he's literally just, like this, oh my god, trying to break this down and actually, like, use this dude's understanding is fucking hurting my brain right now, oh my god. Anyway, like, so, like, I'm trying to wonder, is this, like, apparently, like, a figurative thing or, like, a literal thing? Because I think that's the part of the plot that I missed. Because he said, like, you know, it's something that you can't see, but apparently it is a thing. So, I now, like, I guess that's, maybe it's explained. I'm gonna smoke another hit, and I'm gonna see if this helps, because I feel like I actually have to be high as fuck to actually understand this, because I feel like that is actually helping me break it down a little bit in a weird way. I feel like if I'm just, like, high and just, like, able to pontificate weird shit, maybe I can possibly fucking understand something here, because I feel like I'm trying to get it. I feel like I've, you know, paved, you know, what is so far, which is not much and ridiculous in the first place anyway. And the fact that I'm entertaining it is ridiculous, but still, honestly, I'm kind of glad you found this. Because holy shit, this is a gem. I thought he said you can only see it if you have oval shaped eyes. No, he says, like, you know, like the eyes have to be like oval. So that's another thing. Like, do the eyes change? Because my eyes literally have never changed outside of, like, you know, me growing up and maybe them slightly altering ever so slightly, you know, via development and growing up and, you know, and aging and shit. Like, that's, like, as close as, like, they will change is just due to aging. So, like, is there gonna be something with, like, the, like, because, I mean, you've seen, like, you know, them being, like, I mean, even then, not all eyes are oval shaped, you know, it's like, there's various different shapes with human eyes. I mean, because genetics play a role in that. So that's, even that in itself is not, I mean, I guess on a very general level it is, but I mean, technically, like, I mean, there's different shapes going on, but I guess on a very, again, just entertaining this guy's weird shit is ridiculous in the first place, but nonetheless, we're chugging through. We're chugging through. We're gonna try. we're trying. Though I feel like I'm going insane very rapidly than I normally probably would be, you know, because of it, though, because, fuck, oh my god. Alright, sped it up. I remember that. So, let's try.
Then the left eye should change in the same way the upper left part of the trapezoid changed. This picture shows the left eye change in the same way the upper left part of the trapezoid is changed.
Oh, okay, so this is how it is. Wait. Does this guy know that, like, especially when it comes to the human face, it's not 100% symmetrical? Like, even my eyes, they're not totally 100% aligned. Like, one eye is actually, like, this eye is actually about right here. Well, this eye is right here, so they're not totally aligned 100% actually. So, you know, it's like, I mean, what does that mean, huh? Oh, I guess I jerk off too much, thus, you know, one eye is lower than the other. See? Trapezoid, torso. Damn, I just proved his logic. Fuck, bro. Genetics totally don't play a role in how, like, people's eyes develop and, you know, how they're, you know, like, how how their face is symmetrically. Because not everyone's face is totally symmetric. Like, there's aspects about a human's face that are asymmetrical. Including, but not limited to, their eyes.
Left part of the trapezoid moved downwards, so the outer part of the left eye was moved downwards also. The left side of the rectangle is shorter after the lowering of the upper left corner, and the outer part of the left eye is also shorter. The left eye has become smaller as a result of masturbation-caused shrinkage.
Well, it's like, okay, I've looked in the mirror, my eyes are fucking, like, these things are big. Like, yeah, they might not be, like, totally aligned, but I'm pretty sure this eyeball ain't smaller than this eyeball. I'm pretty sure they're both, you know, gigantic, big old, like, orbs, you know, in my head. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure neither of them are tiny. Or, you know, especially this one, considering it's, like, the lower one or the smaller one of the two. Like, oh my god, dude, this shit, bro. What the fuck?
It's the definition of a blind eye, because that smaller eye cannot see as well as a larger, normal-sized eye can.
What? Like, I'm a, bitch, like, I should, like, fucking, like, shotguns and rifles every now and then. Like, this is my fucking, like, aiming eye. Like, I can see with this eye pretty well. Like, what? What the fuck? Like, if anything, this is actually my dominant eye. Like, I mean, what in the fuck is this? What? Like, I mean, I might have validated earlier with it not being aligned or whatever, but now I just debunked it immediately right off the bat after that. It's like, this is actually my dominant eye, not like the weak one. Like, Jesus Christ. When, like, but with his logic, it should all be, like, one side or some shit, but, like, if this being not as a stronger eye compared to this one, I mean, it seems like it's a little odd.
While keeping what has been said up to this point firmly in mind,
oh yeah, I'm keeping it very firmly in my head.
examine the man in this picture whose appearance, according to the creator of this video, has been influenced by masturbation. If that claim is correct,
who the fuck is that and why do I care?
The example man's eyes should resemble the theoretically changed eyes from the preceding description.
Could it just be because, like, he aged and it's just, like, you know, different, like, asymmetrical aspects on his face that make his eye the way it is? Dude, oh my god, this dude is like, holy fucking shit. Like, why is he so fixated on this one dude?
Individual, the graphic showing the trapezoid representing a masturbation change body.
Why are he showing his body, though? Like, I mean, wouldn't it also showing that, too? Oh my fucking god. Okay, well, at least we're now over halfway there. Oh! Living on a prayer. Oh god.
Man's right eye is pulled down at the outside, just like the theoretical eye and the top of the trapezoid are pulled down.
Yeah, because that's just how his eye is. Like, I mean, fuck, like, mine does that a little bit, too. I mean, Jesus, like, oh my god. This is ridiculous. I mean, I guess I can see why he says it's, quote, smaller, because, yeah, there's, like, a little bit more skin overlap, you know, on his eyelid, so that's what looks smaller. That doesn't mean his eye is smaller, like, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god.
Also smaller than his left eye, like the theoretical eye and the side of the trapezoid are smaller. That correspondence between the appearance of the eyes of a real...
Like, this dude is literally, like, fixated on this random... I don't even know who this dude he pulled up, but, like, he's so fixated on the fact that this guy probably busts nuts all the time and shit because of the way he looks. But it's... Oh, my God. I don't... Wow. Okay. All right. Yeah, okay.
The changes predicted by the trapezoidal model of masturbation cause changes to the human body supports the claim the trapezoidal model of masturbation cause changes...
No, it doesn't. Literally, no, it doesn't.
...predicting how masturbation will affect the human body. It would be reasonable to feel that one example does not prove the claim that masturbation makes the human body trapezoidal. To address...
Wow, this doesn't explain how the human body is trapezoidal.
A number of examples of unmistakably trapezoidal-shaped faces will be shown next. Here's the...
Oh, faces now?
First example image. The head...
Wait, this is not even like a full-on frontal shot. Is that Ben Shapiro? No. But... this is not even a frontal face shot. Of course it's going to be like a slightly different, you know, like, look, you know, to the, quote, shape, because this is like a different angle of the dude's head. And also he's smirking. Like, oh my god, dude, this fucking guy is grasping at so many straws over literally fucking nothing because he's so scared of busting nuts on his own.
Example image. This image
He's talking at 10,000. I sped it up. I sped it at 1.5. Because I cannot handle... at all his fucking like slow fucking voice. Like I have to speed it up. I just have to. And his trapezoid on that dude's face is not even aligned properly. Like, oh my god. I mean, it's aligned of his fucking hairline and shit, which isn't even like, dude. Oh my god.
Trapezoidal shape.
A part of me really hopes this guy actually is like a committed fucking troll.
The head shown in this example picture is different.
Oh my fucking god, dude. Like, this guy, really? Like, this has to be Photoshop. That's Photoshop. Like, someone Photoshopped his fucking face to look a little goofy.
The trapezoid.
Or maybe he had a stroke or something. I don't fucking know.
Is on the right side of this example face. Here is another example head, and the comparison picture highlighting its trapezoidal.
They're not even... oh my god.
Shape. The head in this example picture is another one with an obvious trapezoidal shape. And
they're not even like... that's Down syndrome, I think. Maybe... like, which honestly, it's just like, it shows, I mean, it just invalidates this point because, like, faces are not totally symmetrical. And heads are not 100%, like, symmetrical either. Like, mine isn't, you know, like, I mean, thus no one else's head totally is either. It's like, it's just so absurd. Oh my god. I mean, we're almost done.
Which also shows a head with a trapezoidal shape.
That's barely a trapezoid!
Those 6 example pictures of entire heads with a trapezoidal shape should give the viewer more confidence to believe the claim that
It believes the claim that you're literally insane and should be in an insane asylum. It makes me reconsider the ethics of lobotomies.
This is a trapezoidal shape on the entire human body.
Oh my fucking god. Wow. You know what? I want to see the comments. Oh, Jesus. Good video. Unfortunately, I found this too late, and now I'm stuck being a trapezoid. Please help me! This is really funny. Very informative. Okay, I feel like that's a troll. This dude's hilarious or a genius. No. Context assuming it was because it was taken from angle faces to form because of masturbation. It doesn't get any better than this. At least, yeah, okay. These are reassuring. Please examine the main picture's appearance according to the creator's video. What? Such, I guess, what? What? Oh no. Oh no. Perfect blend of sex, science, and what the fuck. Okay, I'm reassured again. It's my favorite video. It actually kind of might be. Guy love these troll videos. I really hope they're troll. I hope it's trolls. I hope this is just like some hardcore trolling. Low key though, from back in the old yonders of the YouTube days from like 10 years ago. I really hope so. Because oh my god. I feel drained. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. I feel like my brain was just mushed up into a fucking trapezoid. God. I am just hoping and being optimistic that guy was just a committed troll. Some of those comments made me to believe that maybe the dude, the Ouroboros on the arms made even less sense. I know! I mean, like, and that's even longer, so I couldn't even I just couldn't even deal with that. I mean... This is even more of a reach somehow. I know. Like, I'm having, like, the feeling of, like, I am so glad, but I'm also regretting immensely that we discovered that and went further with it, because, Jesus Christ. Like, I really, like, just feel like I just kind of gotten, like, beaten down a little bit. Oh, man, like, I really feel drained now. Like, fuck. Ugh. That, like, it just really just sucked a lot out of me there for a minute. I need a cleanser of some sort. Something. I mean, Jesus. You know what? What about the Reddits? I was on there earlier. I'll see what other random shit's going on, y'all. I'll see what other random nonsense be happening, y'all. You know, there's actually a thing on here that I'm seeing, I think. CVS has a lot of drama in the past couple weeks. Hopefully we hit a breaking point soon. Ooh. Here, I don't want full screen ass. I want to check this out. Karen. Oh my god. She literally looks like a Karen and is a Karen. Her name is literally Karen. Oh my god. Gotta take a sleep. Boo. How dare you sleep? It's all good, man. You have a good night, my brother. I'll see what this crazy psycho bitch is about. Like, I'm just looking at those eyes, and I'm just seeing, like, a demon. I'm seeing a demon. I don't want to be stuck in a tube full of demons. I'm trying to do that fucking... What's his fucking name? Kenneth Copeland. Dude, there's nothing that can really, like, capture that, like, dude's unironic, like, Daedric, like, warrior lord fucking face of his, where it's just like... there's just no way for me to do it. It's impossible. It's just truly something. But anyway. Ah! Fuck! Why? Oh, Jesus. Okay, I guess it's just random music. Anyway, so... Karen also decided to have a big private concert for corporate execs and a day at Epcot and private golfing and all the food and rooming plus Disney spending money. Oh, so for corporate executives. Not like, you know, the workers and shit. Like, hey, you get, you know, for this year you could take, you know, any week or 2 weeks off, you know, anytime this year, you know, or for like, you know, this year or like up until like, you know, August of next year and shit, where you can have a free, just this basically, like, and it's just like, you know, the one free pass, and yeah, you know, fuck the workers, you know, on that one, just like, you know, just the corporate execs. Okay. Anyway, let this just kind of do its thing. Most CVS and Aetna employees can't afford the company insurance in their pharmacies. Most are barely keeping afloat. We have made us know we get ignored. Are they unionized or not? Because that might, if they're not, then hey, I think there might be a good opportunity. Here's some of the wages and shit, I guess. Pharmacy technician, range $12 to $18. That's the average, 15. That's literally fucking less than what I'm making right now, and I'm still technically not getting paid journeyman at the moment, but at least that's something that's now, especially because of our new store director is being getting rectified and shit, plus this new dollar increase and shit. It's like, it's actually nice having a store director that, as long as you communicate with them, they will actually work with you and give a fuck. It's actually nice. But anyway, side point. Certified pharmacy tech, 12 to 19. Oh, so $1 extra, for the top, which is still the average 15. Again, less than what I'm making. Retail shift supervisor, so it's basically a supervisor for retail, which is less. At 12 to 17, the average is 14. What? What? And a pharmacist, range 50 to 65, which is average 58. Our pharmacists in our pharmacy, our store, make a fuckload more than that. Like, a lot more than that. Like, what the fuck? Oh, and the lead pharmacy tech, or pharma tech, gets 14 to 23. So, a little bit more than, just the average pharma tech, employee. And the average is 18. So, you get a little $3 extra for basically being like a lead / manager or supervisor pharmacy tech worker versus just your average compatriots. Yeah, it sounds like they're getting just getting fucking boned and getting their balls handed to them and shit. Yeah, I think the organizing their workplaces a little bit would definitely go a very long way for them. If they haven't done it yet, maybe it'll say in here. But I don't know. Well, let's see. Let's see about okay, got that part. Pull up the next thing. Yes. I'll just keep playing. Yet the higher ups get the party while all we do is struggle to work survive. Yeah, that seems to tend to unfortunately be the circumstance with these fucking, sons of bitches. Is that it, I guess? Yeah, I guess that's it. Oh, wait, here we go. Karen makes almost 500 times more than the average employee at CVS. This is agreed. That's not right. We demand a beer. Yeah. Well, hey, especially when it comes to the workers of CVS, if they want help make sure their voice is heard, getting unionized is the way to get it done, especially. It's how a lot of these other places have been doing it. Starbucks has been really showing that shit. Well, not Starbucks themselves. If anything, they want to shut down, but at least the workers of Starbucks are showing that. So, it's not like, it's not like, they can't be heard. Even without it, they still can. And people are hearing them, which is good shit, but no, obviously it needs to go far further than that. Because that's just fucking ridiculous. Knowing that, especially me being in a unionized workplace, and knowing that even though it's not, totally a pharmacy, that we do actually have, a full-on section of our store that essentially is, a baby equivalent to a Walgreens, essentially. Because I've been back there in their little pharmacy section. Obviously, there's a place cordoned off just for the pharmacists, obviously, but, I haven't been back there, but, I'm pretty sure they also, will produce stuff there, because, they got, all sorts of fucking shit back there, and, I'm just what in the fuck, what is all back there, honestly, is what I'm thinking, but, I'm assuming they honestly have a way to, manufacture some of the prescriptions and shit, because you can get them filled and everything there, so, that's what I'm assuming, which is... But, with that, and knowing, the wages, what they're making, I know at least for the ones that work at our store, they make at least probably double that, about, which is a lot fucking more than, like, average, like, what was the average again? Like, 58? Yeah, that's at least about double. I mean, I think they make a little bit more than 100. I think it's just a little bit more, but it's also, I think, a little bit different where they don't get like a weekly paycheck, but I think it's like salary based or something. But when broke it down, it's basically the average would be, well, about double that. Maybe a little more or less, give or take, or something. You know, I guess depending on, like, you know, the specific, you know, like, pharmacy, like, position you are as a, you know, pharmacist, I guess. Or how long you've been there or whatever the fuck. But either way, it's just like, I mean, even if, like, you know, there isn't necessarily, like, a lot of teeth in it, is, you know, sense to keep workers complacent with a lot of units that don't really go, not necessarily above and beyond, but at least, you know, staying the ground and being aggressive or accounts and shit. Like, even then, I mean, there's still at least, you know, a lot more of a better outcome, you know, especially when it comes to wage, benefits, and pay. And it shows, especially when this is the result when you don't get it at all. Because that's fucked, and this is ridiculous. Like, I'm sure it probably is a little better than, like, you know, minimum wage McDonald's or some shit, you know, like, when it comes to being in, like, some small, like, Georgia town or something like that. But, I mean, at the end of the day, does it really fucking matter when the conditions are fucked, and then you got the CEO being a little cunt, you know, having a little nice celebratory party with a bunch of execs while everyone else has to starve along with you? It's like, fuck that. It's ridiculous. Stick CVS and Aetna having the same parent company. I know our healthcare system is fucked up and down inside out, but one company making decisions about costs and major pharmacy and the insurance that cover those costs. No, yeah. But it's totally good. Fine. Nothing to look at. Use healthcare is number one. No notes in, no certainty changes needed. I love just the sarcasm. Oh, their name is Sassy Sister, yes. I love her sarcasm. The sassy sarcasm was very strong in, well, the Sassy Sister. Very strong in her on that one. Because, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Absurd. I mean, it's not too much different with how, like, our old store manager, or store director, I mean, same thing. But they're, at least in our company, more called store directors. But, again, store manager, store director, same shit. But, nonetheless, like, I mean, same thing about why, you know, they would always, you know, be like, oh, you know, you gotta make sure our sales are, you know, boosted as much as possible. You gotta make sure the floor is, like, filled up, and would pretty much not give an iota of fuck about anything else, because he only cared about making sure productivity was up so he can make the most amount of fucking profits, thus make a lot of bonuses, and he can have fun, you know, doing whatever the fuck of his little bonus money and shit, you know, probably hanging out with execs and a few other corpos and shit, so... I mean, you know, like, all in all, it's same shit. I mean, on a smaller level, but, you know, who's he hanging out with? Probably, you know, the CEO and the other motherfuckers up top. Did we get to see any of that bonus? No. You know, funny enough, this is another thing we were talking about at my work with my closer, was about, like, you know, the difference between our current store director and our old one, and, like, one thing about how he cared so much about the whole bonus thing was, like, you know, one thing I even made note was, like, you know, part of me probably wouldn't give much of a shit, you know, about CEOs or executives, like our, you know, like when ours was doing these bonuses for themselves and shit. Like, I wouldn't give as much of a shit if we actually had a cut from it. Like, hey, like, you get a bonus, but, you know, it's like, we actually get, you know, something too out of that. Even if it's like, you know, the equivalent of like a 40-hour-a-week paycheck or something like that. You know, at least something, you know, like when, you know, you motherfuckers get your ridiculous bonus, you know, even if it is, you know, not a lot in comparison to what these fuckers are getting, at least something, you know, to show that, like, hey, you know, you all get at least a little bit of the cheddar too. Which also, on top of that, you know, their bonuses wouldn't be as big because, well, spreading it around a little. I mean, you have to at that point. It feels like, you know, like, it should be a law, really. It's like, hey, you know, if you have bonuses and shit like that, you know, in your company, you also have to make sure that your workers at least get some sort of a, you know, take from that. At the very minimal, like, at least, you know, the equivalent of a 40-hour-a-week paycheck. It's like, hey, you get some bonuses as, like, the store director, then you have to do at least, you know, a 40-hour paycheck, you know, for all the workers under your store. You know, something like that. Like, you know, as, like, by law, you know, where, You know, because it would also kind of partially, de-incentivize them from wanting to do bonuses all the time in a sense, because like, I don't even get that much of a cut out of it, so not much of a point. Because they don't necessarily want the workers to be too gratified if they know that we're going to get a cut too. I suppose it depends how much of a cut they get still. But nonetheless, I mean, the whole idea of them getting bonuses anyway is fucking ridiculous, and I want them to have it. But if they are, then we that make sure that you get those fucking bonuses deserve some of it. Like, and if anything, we should have the pickings first. Like, realistically, I wouldn't necessarily have it just like a 40-hour-a-week paycheck and, be the bonus type of thing. I'd frankly want fucking more than that. Like, the bonuses that they get should be like what every fucking worker ought to be getting, especially with how much these companies make. Like, they can afford, like, to lose a quarterly profit every now and then to give, their employees, a nice little bonus like they give their fucking execs. Like, they can straight up eat a dick on that. Like, they can easily afford that. What, you want us to, like, take a quarterly profit loss, so we can just give the cogs of our machine, some bonuses? What? It's like, yeah. Problem, bitch? It's like, yeah, I do. Oh, you want bonuses, but we don't get nothing? Well, hey, either stop giving yourself bonuses, or I ain't shutting for good. Because frankly, I mean, at least then I can be like, alright, at least we get something out of the bonuses that come out of, out of their shit. We at least get something out of it. It's kind of at least has a sense of gratitude, be like, hey, we appreciate you as a company, here's a little bonus, and something. Because if the CEOs and, executives and all these other motherfuckers, for like CVS, Safeway, Walmart, Amazon, if they can get themselves bonuses, golden parachutes, and fucking platinum cakes left and right, then, hey, we ought to eat some of that cake too. Honestly, it probably tastes horrible, but, hey, we at least deserve some of it. I mean, we're the ones that fucking made it anyway. Here. Let's see what's on a public freakout. You know what? I'm sure there's probably going to be like a lot of conservative nuttery going on. That's our concern. One wants to know why the FBI isn't doing anything about Hillary's emails around his laptop. Oh my god, dude, her hat is insane. Holy shit, her hat is insane. What is your hat made for? A fucking literal titan? A giant? What is this fucking hat? What the fuck, bro? What is that hat? What? What? I'm so glad I got on the public freakout. Oh my god, what is this hat? What is this fucking hat? Oh my god. What is this hat? I don't even give a fuck what she has to say. I literally don't even give a shit. What is this hat? What is that fucking hat? Oh my god, please tell me people were talking about that hat in the comments. I want to see what people said. The official hat of Karens everywhere. At least MAGA Chud Karens. Oh my god, dude. That fucking hat. That hat, oh my god. That is the hat I needed tonight. Dude, you know what? I want to know where you can find that hat. I will unironically buy that, like, straight the fuck up. Like, that is just so comically absurd that I, as a troll, I would straight up have it as a hat. Like, whenever I do my, like, conservative trope, I could just whip that fucking thing on me. That's right, brother. I got such a trucker hat that you can't even out-trucker my hat, you son of a bitch, communist. Dude, I need this hat. Okay, you know what? I gotta find out where we can find this fucking hat. I want it. Oh my god. I just, oh my god. Jesus Christ, that hat. Like, just like that. Oh my god. Holy fuck. Okay, hold on. I gotta see what the comments are. We live in a South Park episode. Looks like a legit Reno 911 bit. It's the hat, right? I'm looking at this giant novelty hat and thinking this is for a show, right? They took her jobs. They took her derbs. Oh my god. I watched South Park too. I generally can't tell reality if satire because everything is fucking ridiculous. Oh my god, dude, for real. Free hat. Oh my god, please take me seriously, my giant silly hat. She ain't no dark helmet. But she's surrounded by assholes. Yes, dude, this fucking Spaceballs references. Oh, dude, I love Reddit sometimes. I hate Reddit for most time, but this is when Reddit shines. This is when Reddit shines, baby. I love it. Major assholes, yes! Oh my god. Man, Wayne found shit. Oh my god, these Spaceball references. I love it. Your helmet's so big. I thought her head was 3 sizes too small. She looks like a Roblox character I've had dressed in my childhood. Oversized hats were the shit back then. Dude, they so fucking were, honestly. It's a childhood game now. Holy fuck. Dude, yeah, dude. Yeah, reflect on that. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, reflect on that there, buddy. Seriously, you just heard about this. I just heard about it, like, this year, maybe 3. Dude, Roblox's been around since, like, 2006, bud. She was like, Lloyd Chris. She also saw credit being invested. I love how pretty much everyone is just, is her hat big or is her brain tiny? Yes, yeah, just, yes, yeah. Sounds German, Austrian. Wait, what? Okay, I actually have to hear her now. Hold on, what? Wait, what's she sound like?
Weaponize against another president. It never has happened before. They should go after things.
She's a foreigner. Kick her out. She's a goddamn woke ass communist foreigner. She's Christ's actor. Dude, oh my god. Yeah, dude, she does have like kind of a German accent. Oh my god. Jesus, she kind of does a little bit. Fuck it, maybe turning conspiracy theories on them for satire might eventually clue them in. I mean, that's kind of what yeah, like, I'm kind of on board with that. I kind of agree a little. Just to make comically absurd conspiracy theories that are obviously fucking on them, and maybe they'll start kind of getting it a little bit. Stop weaponizing the FBI to arrest Hunter Biden for something, anything. Okay, yeah, I guess everyone else is just kind of reacting now, but oh my god, dude, that fucking hat. Oh my god, I want it now. I like, if I were to wear that, like, that wouldn't even fit on my fucking screen. If I had to just, like, if I had that hat, just me sitting where I'm at right now, it literally wouldn't even fit on the screen. Like, oh my god, wow. That hat made my day. That hat made my fucking day. I gotta go police harass this. Oh shit, hold on. I'm gonna have to mute these. I don't want these fucking blurting. Alright, wait, hold on. I gotta go police harass this one dude and are disappointed. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me do this again. This one dude and are disappointed to find out he hasn't been drinking. He's fine to drive. Call if someone's go on power trip. Wait, what? Really? So they're trying to arrest someone for a DUI, and they are butthurt they can't because they're sober.
I'm trying to do the right way. She really wanted to arrest me. Pulled over for DUI. Damn, this cop looked disappointed that it's 0.
A balloon? Absolutely, yeah.
For me?
Sure. Yeah.
Canadians.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, that's good. Good? Okay.
0. Yeah, it's probably because he literally hasn't been drinking. Like, if anything, like, chances are, because it's nighttime, you know, like, you know, knowing young people, chances are maybe he was out with his buddies, like, early in the afternoon, maybe doing some day drinking. But, you know, maybe at his friend's house or something like that, you know, and, you know, probably, like, hung out there all day, sobered up, ready to hit home, you know, and as he's all sobered up, you know, sober as a dober, you know, heading home, you know, it's just like, after maybe having a little bit of food, maybe a little bit of soda or water, you know, stuff that will quickly sober you up. Like, you know, just different shit like that. Absorb all the alcohol out of your system, no longer in your breath, blah, blah, blah. Especially after, like, hours of the day, now to the point it's nighttime. Like, yeah, you're not going to have, like, any alcohol in you. And that's just given a granted, like, maybe this guy maybe might have had a beer or two today. Let's even grant the cops that maybe they're, like, this dude potentially drank some point, you know, during the day. You know, like, obviously, if it was a long time ago during the time of the day, and he's no longer drunk or even close to it. Like, he's sober as a dober, where he's 0.0. But chances are, he probably wasn't, you know, out with his buddies drinking. He's probably, you know, working a job. My guess is the dude's likely like a Uber driver or the DoorDash driver or something like that. You know, and probably, you know, was looking at his GPS or something like that for a second to make sure that he was going the right way, and probably swerved for a minute. And the cops have to see that, be like, oh, got a, you know, brown person. It sounds like they might be drinking there, because I could tell by his accent he's probably you know, probably someone who's from the Middle East somewhere maybe, and, you know, maybe Indian possibly, but it's like either way, they're just using it as an excuse to profile the guy and go on a power trip to try to pull him over for some stupid shit that he's obviously not fucking doing.
Man, like I'm working actually, I'm doing Uber, like I wouldn't do that.
Oh wow, that's right, like my guess is that the dude is probably doing some Uber or some shit, and that's what he's doing. So if anything, he probably has, like, you know, some 9 to 5, and then once he's done with that, he probably, like, hangs out, you know, his pad a little bit, maybe hangs out with his buddies or something like that, and then does his Uber at night. Like, that's probably what this guy's, you know, day-to-day routine is, like, legit. Like, he probably has, like, a, you know, day job, and then hangs out with his friends for a little bit, and then, like, from 10 to midnight or some shit, you know, before going to work for, you know, like for 6 hours or some shit the next day or something like that. Like, I mean, it's probably what he does. Like, I know people that do this shit, even at my own workplace. Like, I mean, there's people that'll do this shit. Like, I mean, maybe that's his full-time hustle. I mean, it's just like, but either way, especially if it is, like, you're not going to be drinking and driving, especially if you're working as a contractor for Uber.
Drinking and, like, you have no... I wasn't driving at all. I have a dash cam I can show you if I want. Like, I wasn't driving erratic at all. I don't know. You've been following me all the way from the back, so, like, I came all the way, you keep following me around, and then eventually pull me for whatever reason. Sorry?
This is I mean, honestly, I mean, this just goes to anybody, but it's the reason why, honestly, like, dash cams are probably a legit good thing to have. I mean, they might seem like kind of a ridiculous thing to probably spend some money on, but legit, I mean... It's a good reason, because let's say the cops try to fuck you for whatever reason and try to unjustifiably, you know, get you for some stuff, especially if it's a traffic violation that you obviously didn't commit, or like a DUI incident like this case, you know, where obviously it isn't. That dash cam footage, you know, especially in court, you know, definitely goes a long way. Especially when it's evidence against the police.
Messages? Yeah. I have it right there, and then I get.
Possibly you're watching it, and when you're kind of like.
Yeah, like I have a navigation, right, or like mounted on my dash, and then I just follow.
Wow, so my assumption was kind of right about, you know, the incident, because he's like an Uber driver or something, like, you know, like that's what he's doing. Like, he was looking at his navigation for a second, and probably had a moment where he, you know, kind of like swerved for a second, but, you know, looked back up and went, oh, recorrect. And, you know, looked back down for a second, you know, his navigation to make sure he knows, you know, make sure he's going the right way and stuff. Like, I mean, that's pretty typical. Like, I mean, really? Must be drinking, bro.
No, not at all. I was driving fine, man. I have a dash cam if I want.
Maybe you're paying too much attention to that, bro. So now they're trying to move the goalposts to be like, maybe you're paying too much to your navigation system, bro. It's like, he's an Uber driver. Like, a part of their job is looking at that. Like, obviously, they have to multitask, look at the road and that, but they still have to make sure they know where they're going, and they will have to, and they will look at it, make sure they're like, all right, that's the name of the street there. All right, that's the next street. Oh, there's a street right up there. Okay, cool. You know, it's just like they're going to be looking back and forth when it comes to their navigation, or maybe typing in their address, you know, and shit. You know, but if they're typing an address, I would assume, and hopefully they'd pull over at that point, or at least, you know, have an opportunity to pull over so they could type that in. But, you know, like, either way, they're going to have a moment, you know, where they're going to be looking at that shit, you know, while they're driving. That's just normal.
I wasn't drinking at all. Like, obviously you can see the results. Like,
Shut up.
just waste time, man. And your time, too, of course. You just wasted your time and my time. I'm at work right now. I'm working Uber. Like, I'm making money, so... I think she was racially profiling me, honestly. Like, yeah, she followed me all the way around the block. You have no...
I mean, she straight up did. I mean, it's like, don't you think you should consider her job? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, shut up, pig. It's like, no one gives a fuck about your job. I mean, that's like, you know, one thing, you know, like, it's like I hate about these pigs. Like, oh, please, you know, like, consider us in our fucking position that we're in. It's like, shut up. It's like, you're Canadian cops, so you're not necessarily, quote, as bad as American cops, but nah, they're well, also no, they're about as bad as us too. Like they're not too much different. I mean, their history, Canada's history isn't really, if anything, is actually just as bad, if not kind of worse, than the U.S. history with some things. Not everything, but some shit.
I guess you were bored, maybe. I don't know. I guess you were bored, maybe. I don't know. Maybe she was. I don't know, man. Obviously, you can see there's nothing on me, so, like, you obviously follow something. Like, I don't know, whatever you follow me. Like, so are we done here? Like, can I go now? Okay, fine. Have you all a good day. Stupid. Have a good day.
Oh my god, that cop probably heard that. He's like, have a good day, stupid fucking cops. And they were like, what was that? What was that? And he's like, have a good day, bitch.
It's none of your business, sir.
What is this motherfucker rolling up on the side of his car for? What is this son of a bitch thinking like he's being all like, you know, Mr. Macho, like, excuse me, sir, why are you in your vehicle?
Is there anything else you wanted to say?
No, I have nothing to say. I just want to go home now.
I want to make sure what you were saying is...
He said, have a good day, you stupid fucking hog. Like, are you deaf? Do you have, like, what? Do you have, like, you know, residue gunpowder in your fucking ears from the last person you shot earlier that day, you fucking hog?
So I wanted to hear it.
I don't want to hear it. I'm done talking. Like, I don't want to go home.
I just wanted to make sure
okay, bye.
Your message was put across to me.
Okay, bye.
All right. Make sure your seatbelt's on through.
Oh my god, it's like, there's seatbelts on, so it's like, shut up, this fucking pig, dude. Literally finding anything and everything in the world to try to maybe knock this guy, you know, for something. Like, just, Jesus Christ, dude.
Sure.
Make sure you signal your lane.
Yeah, whatever, man. Fuck.
Goddamn hogs, dude. Jesus Christ. Third suburb. Yeah, I saw that earlier. Family ransom reserves a water park for her birthday, but gets turned away by a woman because she's made to feel uncomfortable. Huh? Don't even want to know. I don't even... I feel like everyone's an asshole in that situation. I don't even know if I want to even look at that. Like, oh boy. Guy gets cops called on him while at an empty McDonald's after buying a drink. Gets told he's loitering. Meanwhile, he wasn't being belligerent. Oh my fucking god. Another instance where fucking pigs are being pigs and shit. Jesus Christ. Man, fuck cops. And fuck the motherfuckers that are just like, oh, we got a person loitering and, you know, I guess being belligerent, even though they're just casually hanging out, you know, while they're sipping on a drink they bought from us. Like, especially if you bought something, there's nothing wrong with just, like, hanging out and chilling there. Like, for a little bit. Especially if it's empty. Like, if someone shows up, there's plenty of other places to sit. Like, that's just fucking ridiculous. Like, oh my lord. think I'll catch the last little bit of this bowl here. Then, I'll go for the rest of the evening. Then, head off to work tomorrow for the next round of bullshit. And this fucking goddamn, like, mosquito bite from a couple days, it's just ridiculous. It's not, like, itchy anymore, but it's just, like, fucking, like, goddamn it. It's annoying. Cause sometimes where I lay my elbow, or my arm right here, it's, like, laying right on it. It's like, it's annoying. Anyway, well, I'll call it good for the rest of the night, so peace out, and I shall be back right